Welcome to the Fantasy Audiobook. Xidu. More children, more blessings, starting from Bulma. Chapter 61. A few days ago, Xidu. On TV, Piccolo Daimao is announcing his evil plan under his rule to the world through live broadcast. I, Piccolo Daimao, will be your new king. First of all, I want to tell you that what I hate the most is justice and peace. Please rest assured that under my rule, you will gain absolute freedom. The useless system of the police is abolished, and a series of fighting, violence, robbery, murder, etc. will be legal and free, and will not be punished. What? The crowd in front of the TV fell into panic. Because with Piccolo's voice falling just now, people on the street have already started to take advantage of the fire, and even the sound of gunshots was rising and falling. HMPH, although this Piccolo Daimao is annoying, I think what he said makes sense. The blonde Lan Chi held a submachine gun in her hand, and she didn't worry about the rioting crowd at all. Let's see who dares to come and rob her home without fear of death. Bulma was a little speechless, and could only hope that Son Goku would come back soon. Listen, my subjects, in order for you to carry out the evil, I will personally demonstrate to you what is called the real terror of death. There are currently 43 divisions in the world, and I will randomly select a division and place it in person destroy. From now on, I will randomly destroy a partition every other month, unless you find this kind of bead with stars in my hand, so that the region you are in can get the privilege of being free from destruction once. Baby, do you understand? As Piccolo Daimao reached into the lottery box, the residents of all areas held their breaths, hoping not to be drawn in the area where it was located. Piccolo Daimao opened the note in his hand and put it in front of the live TV. Unfortunately, it seems that the first place I want to destroy is the Western capital. I hate this guy. The blonde Lan Chi changed quickly, and she now lives in Xidu. No, we have to leave quickly. At present, it seems that Sunjun will not be able to come back for the time being. Bulma immediately made up his mind. Although the moment the news of Piccolo Daimao was released, the entire Western capital was already blocked. But Bulma's family has a private jet, so there is no need to worry about escaping. It's just, Bulma's parents, Dr. Brive and Bridget, don't want to leave. In the end, Bulma had no choice but to take Lan Chi and others to retreat first. After all, there would still be Dragon Ball to revive. They didn't know where Son Goku had gone, so they decided to wait for the news of Son Goku at Kamisenya. After all, above the sea, it is safe for the time being. This is the whole process of what happened before. At this moment, several people were sitting in the room, and Meira also came out from Son Goku's arms, and changed back to her original appearance. She had a slim and tall figure, and she sat on the side obediently, wiping her lips. It was obvious that she had inhaled something extraordinary just now. After Son Goku understood everything, the next move was easy. There is only one purpose, to defeat Piccolo Daimao and resurrect the innocent humans killed by him. It's just, if only Dr. Brive could not be resurrected. Son Goku sighed, regretfully. What's the matter, Sunjun? Bulma saw that there was something wrong with Son Goku's expression, and asked with concern. Son Goku quickly changed the subject and said, Piccolo Daimao is in the capital now, I will deal with him right away. Stopping Son Goku is at least 3 days before he destroys the next city than destroying Xidu. Quote. She glanced at Meira and continued, Sunjun, you just came back from hard work, why don't you recharge your energy first and then deal with Piccolo Daimao before it's too late? Lan Chi, Lan Fang and others on the side also nodded. Now that Son Goku is the hope of the earth, he must maintain the best condition to deal with Piccolo Daimao. Son Goku was stunned and blinked his eyes. Even if Piccolo Daimao regained his youth at this time, his combat power would only be around. Wouldn't it be easy to deal with him? But when he saw the flame of desire in the eyes of the people in front of him, he understood instantly. It should be okay to store energy, but it may be impossible to raise energy. In the following time, in addition to some martial arts exchanges with Bulma and others, Son Goku also officially met with Violet frankly. Although Violet is similar to Lan Fang in some aspects, both of them have a foundation in martial arts, and their flexibility and adaptability are excellent. But in comparison, Violet is more obedient, let her open her mouth, let her swallow, let her swallow. In this regard, Lan Fang will be more subjective. In short, Each has its own advantages. Of course, Son Goku's favorite is Bulma dressed as a mature teacher today. In the capital, Piccolo Daimao did not wait for the Dragon Ball. He lost his patience and started the live lucky draw ahead of time. This time I don't know which lucky city will be destroyed. Piccolo Daimao stretched out his hand and opened the drawn note, with an evil smile on the corner of his mouth. I didn't expect to draw the capital so soon. What? The king hiding in the corner. He is a middle-aged man with glasses and a dog's head. A country is the most important place in a country. How can it be destroyed so easily? The king's eyes were full of anger, wishing to go forward and kill Piccolo Daimao immediately, but he also knew very well that he didn't have the ability. The king sighed, and then told the guards beside him with a firm gaze. Command, if Piccolo Daimao is about to destroy the capital, we will fight to the death with the capital. My lord, you must not have any accidents. Faced with the advice of these people, the king shook his head. Before that, he chose to endure the humiliation because he hoped that someone could defeat the big devil. But even Master Wushan, who is known as the god of martial arts, failed. Who else in this world can defeat him? The king has no choice but to use the most powerful bomb currently in the treasury, and he will die with Piccolo Daimao. Seeing that the king had made a decision and regarded death as home, the closest subjects around the king didn't say anything. According to plan, they are ready to act. It's still the old rule, I'll give you 10 minutes, Gia, run away. Piccolo Daimao laughed wildly at the live broadcast camera. The capital of the country fell into a panic, originally thought that this place should be the safest place. Who would have thought that Piccolo Daimao was so insane that even the capital of the country was included in the lottery? The population density of the national capital is greater than that of the western capital, and military technology assets and so on are all included in it. If the country is gone, there will be nothing left. Until the last moment, the king didn't want to detonate the final bomb. Time was about to pass by, and at the last minute, the king gritted his teeth and prepared to order the detonation. No, wait. At this critical moment, the king saw a figure suddenly appear in the picture. With the iconic hairstyle, the king recognized him at a glance. This person is Son Goku, the champion of this martial arts tournament. Regarding the great momentum of the world's #1 martial arts tournament this time, even the king watched it through the TV screen, and naturally recognized the boy in front of him as Son Goku. Strange, isn't he Bulma's husband? The king thought that he died in the western capital that was bombed and disappeared, but he did not expect to appear here. Maybe. The country is really saved. The king hastily ordered the plan to die together, and the plan should be terminated first. At this moment, Piccolo Daimao was a little shocked when he saw this boy who suddenly appeared in front of him. This guy's speed is so fast that even he didn't notice it. Could it be? Dambaran and Tambali were killed by you. Faced with Piccolo Daimao's questioning, Son Goku nodded without denying it. Then the Dragon Ball is on you too. Son Goku took out the Dragon Ball from his arms. The luster is round and very nice, it must be the Dragon Ball. Seeing this, Piccolo Daimao laughed and said, okay, I didn't expect you to take the initiative to send the Dragon Ball to your door. In order to reward you, then I will send you to hell. Piccolo Daimao stood up, his body exuded an amazing breath. All of a sudden, that powerful flame-like breath was so amazing that it was hard to look directly at it. This is not the first time to see the strength of Piccolo Daimao, the king also saw it when he played against Master Roshi. But seeing it again, I was also shocked, the demons are too powerful. Son Goku looked calm, and walked slowly towards Piccolo Daimao without any fear. What does he want to do? The king looked at Son Goku walking towards Son Goku unprepared, and couldn't help sweating for him. 0. Bulma and others who were watching in front of the TV screen at this time were equally nervous, although Son Goku said it would be easy to beat Piccolo Daimao. But in the past few days, the few of them are indeed a little too much. After working together day and night, even Saiyan has not left a drop. It shouldn't affect him, right? Before leaving, Bulma watched Son Goku eat a fairy bean before she felt relieved. Feeling nervous and uneasy, Son Goku walked up to Piccolo Daimao. Facing the huge body of the great demon king, Son Goku looked very short. HMPH, you fool, go to hell. Piccolo Daimao became angry when he saw Son Goku's reckless appearance, and stretched out his claws, grabbing Son Goku's heart. Boom! In just a split second, Piccolo Daimao was sent flying. The TV screen didn't even capture what was going on. What is Piccolo Daimao doing? How did he hit his head against the wall and fly out? And, why is he having a nosebleed? This is also the first time that the king and even the audience in front of the TV know that even the blood of the demons is green. It seems that you are nothing more than that. Son Goku lowered his raised hand with a cold tone. Yes, it's Goku. Su Nuo of Sig Village saw the familiar person on the TV screen. The man who said he would marry him in the future is now fighting for the Earth in front of the TV series. Trust Goku, he will definitely defeat Piccolo Daimao. Robot number 8 said seriously. Su Nuo also nodded his head. Piccolo Daimao was suspended in midair, and when he saw Son Goku in front of him, his eyes clearly showed disdain, and he was immediately furious. He is a majestic great demon king, a man who brought terror to the world. Court death. Piccolo Daimao's voice fell, and then he spit out a light wave from his mouth at an extremely fast speed. The previous Yamcha was killed by his attack. Son Goku didn't even dodge, and with a wave of one hand, he sent the light wave that was directly facing him into the air. The light wave exploded in midair, and even the building under his feet shook. It is conceivable how amazing the power is. This. Piccolo Daimao couldn't believe everything in front of him. How could human beings be so strong? Son Goku smiled slightly. It's over, Piccolo, where did you put the Dragon Ball? Piccolo Daimao seemed to have found hope, he said sinisterly. Of course I hid the Dragon Ball. As long as you let me go, I will give you the Dragon Ball, and I promise I will never do bad things again. How about it? Faced with Piccolo's assurance, Son Goku didn't talk nonsense, and disappeared in front of the screen in the blink of an eye. When the camera captured it again, Son Goku had punched Piccolo Daimao through the stomach. In his stomach, Son Goku found the last Dragon Ball. In this regard, Son Goku smiled with satisfaction. I guessed that you would only hide Dragon Ball like this. Piccolo Daimao was shocked. He clutched his stomach, and even felt that his life was passing by so fast. When did he, Piccolo Daimao, suffer such humiliation? Even Taito Wu could only choose to sacrifice his life to seal him for 300 years. But now it's hard to come out, and I haven't played much, so why is it over? Not reconciled. Piccolo Daimao recalled the last words Wu Taito said when he sealed himself. 300 years later, someone will kill you for me. Piccolo Daimao originally thought it was just a joke, but he didn't expect it to appear. Piccolo Daimao will definitely be back. After he roared, he spit out a huge egg from his mouth, and then used his last strength to spray it into the distance. Piccolo gasped. My child, in the future you must avenge your father and let evil come to this world again. As the voice of Piccolo Daimao fell, his tall body exploded directly in the air, and the career of a generation of great devil Piccolo ended here. Just dying. I haven't even warmed up yet. Son Goku was a little helpless, and spread his arms. It seems that after fighting against Asura in the demon world, he became stronger. Then, Piccolo Daimao is dead. The king looked at the scene in front of him, and it was like a dream. This big devil like a nightmare died so easily under the hands of a young man called Son Goku. And he didn't seem to use all his strength at all, and he solved the big devil very lightly. What a terrifying power this is. Also shocked were the audience in front of the TV. At this moment, they, whether they were friends or enemies, all embraced together. Great, Piccolo Daimao is finally dead. Son Goku, that's amazing. Who knows where Bulma's family is now? I want to give birth to a monkey for Son Goku. Woo, I really want to have a love sport with him. Su Nuo's face was full of joy, tears flowed from the corners of his eyes. He never thought that Son Goku actually defeated Piccolo Daimao. Although the small village where Su Nuo lived basically didn't have to worry about being bombed by Piccolo, when she saw the dead humans under the rule of Piccolo Daimao, she still hated this big devil. Today, Son Goku has brought hope to Sig Village just like destroying Masruda, and now he is bringing hope to the world. When the king came out and was about to interview Son Goku, he had already cast flying technique and left. Now that Piccolo Daimao has been eliminated, he is not worried about the second generation of Mo-10. It's just a nanny. Then Son Goku came to a secluded place, and he called Shenron. Tell me, I can help you realize whatever wish you want. Shenron was very confident. I want to revive the good people in the city that died because of Piccolo Daimao after he appeared. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Shenron was slightly taken aback. He stared at Son Goku in front of him with big eyes, thinking for a long time, is this really a wish? Shenron always feels weird, but the command it was created is to help people who collect Dragon Balls realize their wishes, even though Son Goku is suspected of being a bit of a card bug. Well, your wish has come true. A red light flashed in Shenron's eyes, and then his whole body turned into light, returning to 7 Dragon Balls, which shot in all directions. This time Son Goku jumped high and held the 4 planets in his hands. Soon, with the second explosive news that Piccolo Daimao was defeated, the western capital was restored to its original state, and those who were killed by Piccolo, or those who were killed by Piccolo's bewitching, were revived. This is simply a miracle. If I have the chance, I really want to visit this Son Goku in person. The king stood in front of the mirror in his office, looking out the window in front of him. The world has finally returned to calm, and everything is in order. All thanks to Son Goku. Master Roshi, Yamcha, Krillin, Tien and others were also resurrected naturally, and expressed their gratitude to Son Goku after learning what happened. However, they also said that they will work hard in the future to try to catch up with his pace as soon as possible. A few people meet, and the world's number 1 martial arts tournament 3 years later will definitely let Son Goku see their stronger power. Son Goku smiled and said, I'm looking forward to it. After speaking, Son Goku returned to the western capital with Bulma and others, and sure enough everything here was exactly the same as before Son Goku left. It's just, Bulma's house is surrounded by a lot of people, and it's already packed. These people are all young and beautiful women from all over the world. After seeing Son Goku's overwhelming power in front of TV and easily taking out Piccolo Daimao, they all expressed their desire to marry Son Goku. This incident naturally made Son Goku very helpless. According to the system, having children with these people will not improve his combat effectiveness much. Bridget would be a good candidate, but it's a pity that Dr. Brive came back to life. Son Goku could only hand over the difficult task of sending them away to Bulma and others. Fortunately, there are blonde Lan Chi, Lan Fang, and Violet's powerful force to deter them. Just looking at the current situation, it won't be over within 3 to 5 days. Perhaps this is the annoyance brought about by being famous. No way, Son Goku plans to go out for 2 days to relax. After talking to Bulma, get on Somersault Cloud and prepare to go to Tenjin Temple. Not long after defeating Piccolo Daimao, the gods sent Popo to him, saying that he wanted to see him. Son Goku said at the time that he would go to see him after finishing the matter at hand. Looks like now is the perfect time to meet him. Feeling the cool sea breeze blowing in front of him all the way, Son Goku felt very comfortable with the endless sea below. Among other things, Dragon Ball World is really good at environmental protection. Just as he was enjoying himself wantonly, he suddenly heard a graceful singing from the sea. Son Goku looked down and saw a very beautiful girl singing on a raised rock in the sea. She was wearing a t-shirt on her upper body, but she seemed to be wearing nothing on her lower body. Not because she is open and exposed, but because this is a real mermaid. That's right, it's the mermaid that little Goku found in the comics when he went to apprentice Master Roshi. Unexpectedly, I ran into her by chance here. How about changing the taste and try the taste of seafood? 2 days later, Son Goku realized that although a mermaid does not have a lower body, it can be used for both purposes. With new knowledge points, Son Goku returned to the western capital contentedly. As for the Tenjin Temple, next time. In the courtyard of the villa, Bulma finally persuaded all the girls blocking the door to go back. She was by the swimming pool, enjoying a rare sunbathing after leisure. I don't know how Sun Jun went to Tianshan, what kind of girl he will bring back this time. Bulma whispered, she was used to it anyway. Hey, Bulma, why don't you speak ill of me again while I'm gone? Son Goku's voice sounded. Bulma opened his eyes and saw that he was falling from the sky. Hey, didn't you go to Tenjin? Why did you come back so soon? Son Goku was about to explain about the mermaid, but suddenly he saw Bulma's white and exquisite figure exposed. She was lying on the sun chair, quite charming, especially when she saw Son Goku. Her pair of snow-white jade feet ticked towards Son Goku from time to time, as if hinting at something. Son Goku swallowed the words of the mermaid. Isn't there a ready-made mermaid in front of him? Bulma, let me put on sunscreen for you. While talking, Son Goku picked up the sunscreen on the table, poured it on his hands, and then lightly touched Bulma's snow-white delicate body. Feeling Son Goku's big warm hand, Bulma seemed to feel it. She turned her head, and the two looked at each other, and their breathing became a little short for a while. What's more terrible is that Bulma is wearing very little at this time, and Son Goku can see it clearly as long as he lowers his head slightly. Son Goku's palm covered it. I just feel that youth is so good. Just when he was about to take a further step, the trio of mixed rice suddenly appeared very inappropriately, and Xiao Wu also came with them. At this time, Xiao Wu can be described as a facelift. At this time, her originally slender legs were wearing a black skirt with a narrow waist, tube top and hot pants, which was a bit arrogant, making her look both charming and moving. On the feet is a pair of rhinestone cool high-heeled shoes. The straps of the sandals are climbing on the white as jade calf, coupled with the pink toes. People can't help but think of the joy of eating ice cream. Daughter, you interrupting me? Xiao Wu blushed slightly when she saw the scene in front of her, apologetic. No, you came just in time. Son Goku was overjoyed when he saw Xiao Wu now. He was right, as long as Xiao Wu cleaned up a little, she would be beautiful. Son Goku opened the other arm, leaving a place for Xiao Wu. She walked over obediently and leaned into Son Goku's arms. That, Master Son Goku, Master Bulma, this us. Chowder rubbed his little hands with a pious expression on his face, obviously asking for credit. That's right, I'm very satisfied with how you dressed up, Xiao Wu. Tell me, what do you want? Son Goku at this moment is like Shenron of mixed rice. Well, it's embarrassing to say it, but Son Goku-sama, it would be great if you could give us 100 million. Chowder said very cautiously, for fear that Son Goku would go back on his word. Son Goku looked at the mixed rice in front of him, smiled slightly. Not only can I give you 100 million, but I can also give you 100 million more, but I have one request. Looking at the unscrupulous eyes of Son Goku shooting at himself, Zorbo Rice mistakenly thought that 100 million refers to other things. He covered his body shyly and said, Master Goku, no. Son Goku was speechless. What are you thinking? I want you to cooperate with Bulma to make me a gravity chamber. In the following 6 months, with the joint efforts of Bulma, Chowder, and Dr. Brive, 3 top scientific experts, a house that can automatically control the gravity range of 1000 was built. According to the 3 of them, this room is currently the limit of what matter on Earth can develop. It's not that they are not capable enough, it's just that if you want higher gravity, you need some rare universe substances. Son Goku nodded. At present, he is very satisfied with the gravity of 1000 times, which greatly exceeded his expectations. You know, even Vegeta, who eats soft food, is only about 500 times, and now his gravity chamber has doubled, at least before Cell. Son Goku knew the crisis he was about to encounter in the future, so he didn't relax to exercise. With my Saiyan's physique and such a powerful combat power, why not start with 50 times the gravity? Son Goku confidently mobilized the multiplier of gravity. The next second, his whole body was pressed down by gravity and he couldn't move. He felt that his bones, internal organs, etc. were all oppressed to the point where he couldn't breathe. Solution. Release. The gravity in the gravity chamber became 0 again. Son Goku exhaled and stood up. Ahem, I was unprepared and almost died in the gravity room. Just now, it was less than 15 times the gravity, and it was almost crushed to death by the current Son Goku. Fortunately, Bulma is smart, and finally set up a voice control option. But if he didn't have this layer of insurance, he wouldn't be so arrogant to challenge the limit. In this way, a year passed quickly, and Son Goku continued to practice hard day and night. Work out during the day and work hard at night. Soon, the hard work and exercise will bear fruit. In about half a year, Xiao Wu, Lan Fang, and Violet gave birth to Son Goku's next child, 2 boys and 1 girl, named Sun Wudong, Sun Wuxi, and Sun Wurong respectively. Son Goku also gets a double combat power boost under the gravity chamber and system. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully giving birth to an heir. Reward combat power plus 10,000. Reward advanced flying technique devil skills. Faster speed get 4 demon fist, 4 body fist, 20 fairy beans. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully giving birth to an heir. Rewarding combat power plus 20,000. Rewarding S cells, and obtaining peach white tongue killing martial arts 20 immortals. Ding! Congratulations to the host for successfully giving birth to an heir. Reward combat power plus 40,000. Reward instant transmission, and get 20 fairy beans. The improvement effect of this is actually so big, which is a bit beyond Son Goku's expectation. Presumably because of the 1-year training in the gravity room, my basic combat power has soared from more than 1,000 to nearly 50,000. The higher the basic combat power, the higher the combat rewards obtained after the birth of an offspring. Son Goku felt the strength of his body become stronger again, and Tana was satisfied. In this way, it seems that even 100 times the gravity can withstand it. No way, he wasn't the original Son Goku after all, so it took a year to just get to this point. But this effect is not bad for him, this is already a leap in strength. He looked at his current attribute panel. Current character attribute panel. Name: Son Goku. Combat power: 128,000. Children: 5. Skills: Kamehameha, 10 times Kaioken, Flying Technique, Peach White Tongue Killing Martial Arts, 4 Body Fist, 4 Demon Fist, Instant Transmission. Others: 1 Somersault Cloud that can sit on impurity, 105 S-Cell Immortals. At this time, there is still nearly a year before the next world's number 1 Martial Arts Association. With such a strong combat power, it should not be difficult to deal with the 2nd generation of demons. Then you should learn some things that you can't learn by yourself in the system. After all, it is useless to have powerful power that cannot be fully utilized. Son Goku and Bulma had a final tenderness, and he used the Peach White Tongue Killing Martial Arts. To be honest, the effect of this move startled even Son Goku, and even though he tried to control the force as much as possible, Bulma almost died. He also found Lan Fang and Violet, who were more physically fit, and when they teamed up, they couldn't resist. As expected of the number 1 killer in the world, this move is really powerful. After some tossing, Son Goku told Bulma that he was going out for a trip. In this regard, Bulma naturally did not stop him, but was still lying down, his face flushed, weakly telling him to pay attention to safety. Son Goku nodded. "Don't worry, I will remember to hold an umbrella when I go out." Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Son Goku performed the newly acquired flying technique, and sure enough, the speed of this move is much faster than the flying technique. And it feels more handy to control. No wonder Piccolo Daimao will look down on Son Goku's flying technique, it is not comparable to the original Mozu's flying technique. Somersault Cloud. However, Son Goku still prefers somersaulting clouds when he is not necessarily in a hurry. After all, it is more comfortable to be passive than to move by himself. He really enjoys the thrill of somersaulting clouds moving by themselves, and now Son Goku understands why all the powerful gods and powers in Washa have a mount in their hands. Soon, Son Goku arrived at Kalanta, where he unexpectedly met his old acquaintance, Yakirobe. "Ha, Yakirobe, why did you come to Kalanta?" Son Goku didn't expect it, and didn't follow the original plot flow. The fat man found Korin Tower by himself and climbed up. Maybe this is fate. Yakirobe folded his hands on his chest and sat down on the ground. I just heard that there are delicious things in this tower, so I came up. This is not possible. With Yakirobe, wouldn't the fairy beans be sold out by him? Sure enough, after some inquiries, there is only 1 jar of fairy beans left. For this jar, Karen-sama seems to value it very much, and will not give it to anyone. Son Goku was not used to him, the corners of his mouth raised, he took out a universal capsule from his waist, and threw it away, the white smoke dissipated, and a large box appeared. "Ha, Goku, you don't want to bribe the immortal, do you?" Karen-sama stood quietly, with disdain clearly in the cat's eyes. He is licking his white and soft cat paws. Is there still a temptation in this world that he can't bear? Son Goku underestimated himself too much. Son Goku ignored him, and opened the box on his own. Karin-sama, why don't you take a look first? I managed to get this. Don't watch it, I've quit cat movies a long time ago. Karin-sama, I'm sage time now. Karin-sama let out a cold snort, and closed his eyes directly. No matter if it was an island country or a cat in Europe and America, he couldn't see anything now. Da. Karin-sama moved his nose, and felt an indescribable fragrance coming to his face. It was a strange fragrance that he had never smelled before, which made Karin-sama feel an uncontrollable sense of desire from the bottom of his heart. Hiss, what is this fragrance? Karin-sama opened his eyes a little bit irresistibly. Crack. Son Goku closed the box instead, hiding the scent. This time Karin-sama became even more curious. He looked at the box in front of him with a clean face, and kept licking the cat's paw with his tongue. Hey, Son Goku, what's in this box for you? Seeing Son Goku ignoring him, Karin-sama gritted his teeth. A bag of fairy beans. HMPH. Son Goku shook his head. Quote. Exclamation mark quote. Karin-sama's heart was itchy, and he kept recalling and repeating the smell just now in his mind. He thought over and over again, and said aggrievedly, if not, Goku, please open it first and let me have a look. If possible, I will exchange the remaining jar of fairy beans with you. Hearing this, Son Goku smiled triumphantly. He can't be kind to Karin-sama. He opened the box again, revealing what was inside. It was a green plant with lip-shaped leaves, exuding a strange aroma. Hey, it smells so good. Seeing the things in the box, Karin-sama shot directly without hesitation, and the fat cat body seemed to turn into a bolt of lightning at this moment. Son Goku smiled slightly, raised his kick, and kicked Karin-sama out. If he hadn't controlled his strength, Karin-sama would have been able to fly thousands of miles away with this kick. Karin-sama, even though you have secretly trained, you are still no match for me. Karin-sama stood up dejectedly. Ever since Son Goku climbed the Korin Tower, he has been coerced and lured to get a lot of benefits. Karin-sama learned from the painful experience and began to practice. Unexpectedly, the direct gap between the two became even bigger. Karin-sama stared eagerly at the big box in front of Son Goku, and it would be impossible to use force. Immortal Karin, you give me the remaining fairy beans, and I'll give you the contents of the box. Fair trade, don't bully fat cats. Son Goku said calmly. As expected, this thing is extremely lethal to any cat. Even Karin-sama is still a cat in essence. This is the top of the line, fun, catnip. Immortal Karin, if you don't think it's worth it, then I'll put it away. Son Goku said, and made a gesture of closing the box. Goku, don't, I have something to discuss. Seeing that Son Goku's hand didn't stop at all, Karin-sama said anxiously. Put your hands down first. You young people are impetuous, let me think about it. After a long time, Karin-sama still compromised. He squinted and took out the last jar of fairy beans that he had hidden. Son Goku counted them, no more, no less, exactly about 120. Satisfied with the fairy beans, Karin-sama jumped up and jumped into the box containing catnip, immersing herself in the wonderful cat life. As for Yakilobe, he definitely can't stay in Kalanta, otherwise the fairy beans planted by Karin-sama will still be lost in the future. Son Goku stepped forward involuntarily, put a hand on Yakiluobe's shoulder, and then with a whoosh, he appeared on Guaxian Island. Hello, Grandpa Yun, Master Roshi. Master Roshi is reading beauty magazines and sunbathing at the moment. After hearing the familiar Son Goku voice, he put the magazine down from his eyes and followed the voice to look over. But Son Goku had left long ago, leaving only Yakirobe with the same dazed face in front of him. Master Roshi said doubtfully. You, who is your kid? Me, my name is Yakiluobe, and I'm here to eat and drink for nothing. Son Goku left Yakiluobe after putting him in the Turtle Fairy house, and he was still rushing to the Tenjin Temple. Back to Kalanta again through instant transmission. Karin-sama is still in the state of Labuzby at this time. Son Goku smiled lightly and flew directly towards the Temple of Heaven. Generally speaking, the Temple of Heaven is hidden by the gods, so no matter how high you fly, you can't find it. But because the god wants to see Son Goku, so he lifted the restriction on him, and he can fly up directly without using the traditional way of wishful stick. Son Goku soon saw a top-like building floating in the sky, where the Earth gods lived, and it looked very spectacular from a distance. The building is a platform made of white stone, and there are straight small trees juxtaposed on both sides of the platform. Through the aisle among the small trees, there is a palace with a very Dragon Ball architectural style, where the gods live. But there is no god yet. The first thing that appears in front of Son Goku is a fat man with black all over his body. A white towel was wrapped around his head, he was wearing a red gown, his eyes were round, and he looked a bit dazed. Even so, he is a hidden boss, with a combat power higher than that of a god, and he is the only one whose combat power has reached 1030 in the early stage. Mr. Popo. Bobo was carrying a kettle to water the plants on the temple. After he noticed Son Goku's aura, he turned around and said with a surprised face, "Isn't this Son Goku? You're finally here." Although Bobo's tone was very flat, Son Goku still blushed, and he would come as soon as he had agreed at the beginning, but he released the pigeons of Tiantian for nearly 2 years. "Where's the god? My lord is waiting for you." "Why, he knew I would come today. My lord is omniscient." Bobo obviously admired the god very much. He turned around slowly, and walked towards the palace with Son Goku. The two walked all the way to the gate of the palace. Bobo signaled Son Goku to wait at the door for a while, and soon Son Goku felt another breath. This breath is very familiar, almost the same as the Piccolo daimao he killed. Tenjin came out. Son Goku looked around, and it was the same as in the impression. The appearances of Tiantian and Bada K are almost reproduced one, and even the colors are soaked in the same dye vat. Seeing Son Goku, the god didn't look surprised at all, so he fell silent. Why isn't this Son Goku surprised by my appearance? He's not surprised, so how should I respond to the lines I thought of? I have been rehearsing for this scene for 2.5 years, just for today. He finally came here, but he didn't give me a chance to talk about it. Is it plausible? After a long time, the god still decided not to waste this line. He said very bluntly, "I know you're wondering why I look exactly like that Piccolo daimao, right?" Son Goku blinked and shook his head. "No, I'm not curious at all." God is a little speechless. "You guy is here to tear down my platform, right?" But he is a god after all, and his good self-cultivation made him hold back. Then Son Goku, what do you want to do with me? It's very simple. Although my combat power is very high now, my mastery of Qi and Yiping is still not perfect. God looked Son Goku up and down carefully, and could indeed feel a powerful aura from his body. In this case, let Mr. Popo train you. Let's start by grabbing the bell. Mr. Popo heard this, took out a string of bells and hung them around his waist, and then said to Son Goku, "The rules are very simple. As long as you can snatch the bell from me, you will pass." "Oh, you are the first human to come here, Bobo. I am eager to compare with you." While Bobo was speaking, Son Goku's figure flashed, and a string of bells appeared in his hand. "Well, Mr. Popo, have I passed this calculation?" Bobo blinked his big round eyes, then looked innocently at Weishan. The god was also surprised, but he pretended to be calm and coughed. "That Goku, I didn't make it clear just now. You were wearing the bell, and then you have to move and make no movement to prevent being robbed." "Is that so?" Son Goku put the bell on his waist, looked at Tenjin and Popo. "Then who will grab it?" The two glanced at each other, both showing hesitation. The current Son Goku is too strong. If he came to the Tenjin temple earlier, maybe he could still pretend to be a force now. "Ahem, Mr. Popo, there is no way. Use that trick," the god ordered. Bobo nodded, turned around and walked into the room in the Temple of Heaven. It took a while to walk out, but there was already a one-person tall clay doll in his hand. Bobo went all the way to Son Goku, took a hair out of his hair, and put the hair on the clay doll's chest. The puppet's chest squirmed for a while and then integrated his hair into the body, and then Bobo took out a bottle of unknown blue liquid and poured it on the clay puppet. A miraculous thing happened very quickly. The clay puppet, which had no life in appearance, gradually changed into his appearance under the watchful eyes of Son Goku. Even the breath was almost the same. "This is..." Son Goku was a little surprised. It was exactly the same as himself. Except for the slightly intelligent eyes, it's too empty. The god explained on the side that this is a kind of puppet he invented. This puppet uses the water of life and the imprint of other people's body tissues to perfectly reproduce other people's physical strength, martial arts moves, fighting consciousness, etc. Because it is the clay puppet given life by the water of life. So generally speaking, the power obtained by the doll is often more excellent and perfect than the state of the main body. But obviously Son Goku was an accident. With such a powerful combat power, the clay man couldn't replicate it at all. There was no way. Son Goku could only control his breath to the size of the clay figure in front of him. This is also another training given by the gods to Son Goku, perfect control of the breath on his body. Once he uses the breath of the clay figure, the bell on the waist will ring. Interesting. Son Goku smiled slightly. This training method is undoubtedly good for him. Rising from the ground, Son Goku's combat power has far surpassed that of Son Goku in the original manga. But the foundation is still too bad, it just keeps adding up combat power, so some precipitation is needed now. Son Goku, the next thing you have to do is try to defeat yourself, while keeping the bell silent. Be as quiet as the sky and as swift as lightning. Son Goku nodded, already looking forward to the fight with this clay figure. How much strength does the most perfect self have? Son Goku took the initiative to attack, but before he could breathe, he flashed in front of the puppet, a powerful punch, wrapped in a violent fist wind. According to Son Goku's expectation, this punch can definitely hit the doll's face directly, but in fact it is far from it. When Son Goku moved, the puppet still stood there blankly, motionless, and kept still. It wasn't until Son Goku was about to touch the doll's breath that he started to move. He raised his hand and swung out a simple and refined punch, hitting Son Goku hard on the chest. As if Son Goku had been hit by a mountain, he flew upside down, and the bell on his waist kept ringing. Fortunately, he used chi to defend in time, so the damage he received was not too big. But at this time, Son Goku also understood his own lack of strength. In the past, he used his powerful strength to directly crush the enemy, but now he finally understands that his cultivation is still far behind. Passing the system is tantamount to a tricky way, although it is also a way to quickly increase combat effectiveness. But if it comes to the contest between gods and gods in the future, the combat power will gradually evolve into a comparison of realms. At that time, Son Goku will have a hard time repairing the past. Son Goku, who was in the air, was soon attacked by the dolls again. He appeared beside Son Goku like a gust of wind, even Son Goku jumped. This guy doesn't even make a sound of breathing. But Son Goku also adjusted quickly. After all, he still has a lot of combat experience. I saw Son Goku cast the 4-demon fist in an instant, and grew 4 arms to resist. Unexpectedly, the puppet also appeared with 4 arms in an instant. Boom! Son Goku was slammed to the ground heavily. This time, he was in great pain. I'm angry. After Son Goku finished speaking, a powerful aura instantly rose from his body, and even the entire Tenjin temple trembled instantly. The bells on his body began to ring wildly. Son Goku, stop! Tenjin hurriedly stopped him loudly. At this time, Son Goku's huge strength even made him tremble, it was too powerful. Hearing the voice of the god, Son Goku realized it, quickly restrained his breath, and the sound of the bell stopped. Sorry, I couldn't hold back for a while. Son Goku apologized again and again. After calming down, he took a deep breath and looked at the wise eyes in front of him again. Tenjin and Bobo also wiped the sweat off their faces, they almost let Son Goku tear down the Tenjin temple just now. This guy is really dangerous. Okay, keep fighting. Son Goku roared angrily, and rushed towards the clay figure again at an extremely fast speed. Of course, the current speed is not his limit, just a little faster, and the bell will ring. Coupled with the need to fend off the clay man's attack, Son Goku was in a panic. A few days later, Son Goku sat cross-legged on the white stone platform, and the doll stood quietly beside him. As long as Son Goku is not actively attacking, this figure will not enter a combat state. At this moment, he is not resting, but in his mind consciousness, he is already repeating the process of fighting with this puppet just now. One trick and one style are mapped in the mind. After a long time, Son Goku slowly opened his eyes, and he seemed to have a new understanding of body movements. He looked at the clay figurine at the side again, preparing for a new round of verification. There are no gorgeous and cumbersome moves, just a simple punch to the extreme. Soon, this time, Son Goku was able to fight the clay puppet for more than 20 moves without losing the upper hand. Too late to be happy, Son Goku was kicked out by the clay man again. It's still a little bit close. Son Goku thought to himself, the reason why the two of them were able to fight more than 20 moves just now is because Son Goku has been able to do his moves as little as possible, but he still can't fully exert his strength at this moment. Today's Son Goku's combat power is suppressed by himself to the same breadth as a puppet. But the doll can display 100% of its combat power, but Son Goku can only display 95%. That is to say, this seemingly insignificant 5% gap will be infinitely let go as the two continue to compete with each other in moves. Finally, at a limit, the figure will have a big advantage over Son Goku, defeating him. Looks like I'm a little less trained in breath and body. Son Goku is not discouraged, find the reason for failure, that is progress. Bobo and Tien in the distance are also very satisfied to see Son Goku, who is advancing by leaps and bounds every day. God, Son Goku probably won't take long to defeat himself. Facing Bobo's words, he nodded and saw the hope of the Earth's future from Son Goku. Although he has recently noticed the signs of the second generation of the devil, and his strength seems to be far more than the old Piccolo. God is looking forward to the meeting between Son Goku and this second generation of demons in the future. In the blink of an eye, another week passed. Son Goku stood quietly facing the puppet, and with the change in his eyes, the aura on his body suddenly rose sharply and then suddenly shrank inward. I saw that Son Goku's aura, which was extroverted originally, was restrained into his body. From the perspective of aura alone, it is almost no different from ordinary people. At this moment, Son Goku has mastered the control of chi proficiently, reaching the state of being able to retract and release freely. He stared at the mud figure beside him, and simply kicked the ground with his feet, and the whole person disappeared. When the figure of Son Goku reappeared, he and the puppet had reached hundreds of moves. Boom! This time it was a clay doll that was knocked out. The clay doll that was kicked by Son Goku fell on the white stone platform and turned into a mass of humanoid clay, obviously lifeless. Congratulations, Goku. God came to Son Goku and said slowly. It's unexpected that in such a short period of time, you have already mastered the control of chi, and the control of your body can also achieve the calmness of your mind. Facing the praise of the god, Son Goku didn't have any special mood swings. He knew that this speed was actually not fast, and he still had a lot to learn. If Son Goku couldn't master these things with the help of such amazing clay dolls, what else did he practice? It's better to just lay down and have a baby. Wouldn't it be nice to spend Wushan Yunyu with Bulma every day? It seems to be really good. Son Goku thought of Bulma, and Lan Chi, Lan Fang, Violet, Mara, Xiao Wu. Speaking of it, it has been a long time since I have contributed to the revival of Saiyan. Ahem. Son Goku shook his head, what was he thinking about? There are still serious things to do. God looked at the expectant Son Goku in front of him, and said slowly, but, Goku, we have nothing more to teach you. As quiet as the sky, as swift as lightning, you've done it. Son Goku nodded, he knew that, but that wasn't the serious thing he was talking about. That day, my lord, if I remember correctly, is there a room where you can go back to the past? God frowned slightly, looking at Son Goku, who looked harmless to humans and animals. He was very puzzled. How did he know what to do? I really want to ask him. But if I ask, wouldn't it make me seem useless as a god? Is it said that I know everything? Cough cough. Tien put his hand to his mouth and coughed twice, and said calmly. You were right, I have such a room here. Seeing this, Son Goku was overjoyed and said, great. I want to borrow it. Oh, when do you want to go back? The era when Wu Taito is still alive. Tien nodded. Wu Taito is a master of chi after all. Chi has always existed, and it was only after Wu Taito that there was a saying about how to use it. Therefore, Wu Taito may not be strong, but his understanding of chi must be very good. You want to ask that Wu Taito about chi? Tien quickly thought of the reason why Son Goku was going to that era. Son Goku nodded, with a slight smile on the corner of his mouth. That's right, I want to ask Wu Taito for advice, and by the way, point to his daughter. Why, is Wu Taito's daughter also a master of Qi? Why don't I know? God expressed his incomprehension. After all, he had a long lifespan, but he watched Wu Taito grow up with his own eyes, and then sacrificed himself for the world. But if you say about Wu Taito's daughter, Tianshan really doesn't have a deep impression. But it is always a good thing for Son Goku to meet Wu Taito, maybe he can have new insights on the road of martial arts. I'm sorry, Bobo, take Son Goku to the spiritual time room and send him to the era of martial arts masters to practice. The god said to Bobo. Okay, Bobo nodded, then motioned for Son Goku to follow him. The two went forward all the way, and after a while, Mr. Popo brought Son Goku into a closed room. The surroundings of the house were pitch black, and there were clocks hanging everywhere. Moreover, Son Goku can clearly feel that the air here is thin and hot, and the temperature difference between day and night is huge, with the temperature ranging between 50 degrees Celsius and minus 40 degrees Celsius. And the gravity in this room is 10 times that of the outside world. Although the space in the time room is almost as vast as the earth, it is full of whiteness everywhere. If a weak-willed person stays here, it may easily lead to mental hallucinations. It's amazing, Son Goku, you don't even change your breathing under 10 times the gravity. Bobo couldn't help but praise. Son Goku smiled slightly, I can even overcome 100 times the force of gravity now, what's so difficult about mere 10 times it? By the way, Goku, this is what the gods call the spiritual time room. You can go to the past time to practice. 1 year of cultivation here is equivalent to 1 day outside, but one person can only stay in the spiritual time room at most. Stay for 2 years, or the exit will disappear, and you will be trapped in the time room forever. Bobo explained. Naturally, Son Goku is very familiar with this, and in fact, it is not impossible to get out, as long as the strength is strong enough, he can open a dimensional channel by himself. However, if it is not necessary, the spiritual time room is indeed not a place for people to stay, it is simply looking for sin. Even a strong Wuchi like little Goku can only stay in the time room for 2 months at most before he can't stand it. So if it wasn't for Wu Fang Fang, Son Goku wouldn't come to this ghost place. He has a gravity room and Bulma and others, isn't it much better than this place where the birds don't shit? Bobo saw that Son Goku had no doubts, so he started to make some settings. After Bobo went out and closed the door, the clock in the room started to reverse crazily. Son Goku felt that the whole room was spinning, and he felt dizzy for a while. After a few minutes, when Son Goku opened his eyes again, he had already appeared on a cliff. There is a martial arts gym not far below the cliff, and there is a big Wu written on the door. That is the gymnasium of Master Wu. Without hesitation, Son Goku came to the entrance of the gymnasium and walked in directly. There are more than a dozen disciples in the dojo inside, and a young man wearing sunglasses is the closest to the door. Seeing Son Goku walking in, he asked, "Brother, what are you doing here? Our martial arts hall no longer accepts disciples." Son Goku only felt that this voice was very familiar. After looking over it, this person was the Master Roshi when he was young. Unexpectedly, the young Master Roshi is quite handsome and very tall, almost as tall as Son Goku. "I'm here to ask Wu Taito for advice on martial arts." Son Goku explained the purpose of his visit. As soon as this remark came out, everyone on the field was shocked. The guy in front of him was just like them, but he dared to challenge teacher Wu Taito. It's too arrogant. HMPH, if you want to compete with Master, you must defeat me first. That is, what kind of stinky fish and rotten shrimp dare to challenge our martial arts master, an old lion? I think this kid doesn't look very good. If I punch him down, he might die. Ha ha ha. Faced with the ridicule of these people, Son Goku was very calm, with a slight smile on the corner of his mouth, and looked at the white-haired old man in the front. This white-haired old man is the rumored Wu Taito. Wu Taito looked at Son Goku, and after meeting Son Goku's eyes, he instantly realized that this young man was not simple. He could faintly feel a strong aura from Son Goku. "Hello, I am Taito Wu, and I am also the owner of this gym. Since you want to come to ask for advice on Kung Fu, I don't know what I can teach you, but I will still try my best." Taito Wu stood up slowly after speaking, neither humble nor overbearing. He was ready to fight. What? Master Mutaito actually wants to fight this guy? Did we miss it? Is this guy very strong? Amidst the discussion among the crowd, Son Goku also put on a stance. He has already mastered the control of chi in his body. He controlled his chi to the same intensity as Mutaito, so that it could be regarded as a close contest. Come on, Taito Wu said to Son Goku. Son Goku didn't hesitate, and rushed directly to Mutaito, and punched Mutaito. Mutaito raised his arm to block. Hiss. Taito Wu only felt a little numbness in his arm. What's going on? This guy's strength is too great. Before he had time to think about it, Son Goku swept over with another kick. Seeing Mutaito jumping high, and then quickly counterattacked, Son Goku blocked it with a block. Both of them were extremely fast, and in just a split second, they fought back and forth, evenly matched. Young man, you are indeed very powerful. It seems that I will go all out. Mutaito's face showed a look of approval, and then he became serious. Son Goku sensed the changes in Mutaito's aura all the time, but found that even the serious Mutaito's aura didn't improve much. But soon, Son Goku found that things were not that simple. Mutaito kicked. Son Goku crossed his arms in front of him, fists and feet met. Son Goku felt a powerful force. If it weren't for his body having undergone rigorous training, Mutaito could have kicked Son Goku, who was holding his breath, flying away with just one kick. Something's wrong. Son Goku felt that something was wrong, but he couldn't tell for a while. Facing Mutaito's continuous attack, Son Goku instinctively threw a punch. This time, Mutaito defended it easily. Then he quickly fought back, and Son Goku was instantly sent flying, but he easily lost the force after rolling in the air for a while. Son Goku landed firmly, and then smiled slightly at the corner of his mouth. He has already discovered the secret of Mutaito, which is the reason why, although his chi has not improved, his attack and defense have increased. Because at the moment he needed it, he concentrated all his energy in one place. To put it simply, the moment Mutaito punches, all the chi in the body is concentrated on the fist, and when defending, all the chi in the body is concentrated on the arms. This is a very powerful control ability, which Son Goku has not mastered so far. No more fights, Son Goku said lightly, then turned and left. Hey, why did this guy suddenly admit defeat? That's it, that's it. Sure enough, our Mutaito teacher is the strongest. Mutaito stared at Son Goku's leaving back, a little thoughtful. Son Goku came to a waterfall, closed his eyes and began to meditate. An hour later, Son Goku opened his eyes. He stretched out a hand towards the big waterfall in front of him, and shouted loudly, only to see a light shoot out from his middle thumb. The light moved towards the big waterfall in front of me, and it actually divided the big waterfall in front of me into two halves. Call. Son Goku took a long breath, and it really felt like this. In the hour just now, he had replayed the scene in front of him thousands of times in his mind, coupled with the control of chi in the Temple of Heaven. This is not difficult for Son Goku. The question now is just how to skillfully and naturally concentrate the chi to the desired position in an instant during the battle. Son Goku understands that just understanding the principles and methods of concentrating chi in the body is not the key. Fighting is often a momentary thing. When you rely on your head to think and control the concentration of chi, it will be much slower, which is a side effect instead. But this matter will not be rushed for a while, so I can only exercise slowly and repeatedly to let the body gradually adapt. While he was thinking, a towel floated down from the waterfall. Son Goku picked it up with quick eyesight and quick hands, but there was still a faint fragrance on it. Strange, is someone taking a bath here? When Son Goku was about to take a look, a beautiful woman of 17 or 18 ran down from the woods at the source of the waterfall, looking around as if looking for something. Zero. Son Goku looked happy. Isn't this exactly what he came here for? Wu Fang Fang. It turned out that she was taking a bath upstream. What a pity, I would have gone upstream to take a look if I knew it earlier. Looking at Wu Fang Fang, who has a first-class figure and appearance, Son Goku said. Are you looking for this? Wu Fang Fang's eyes lit up, and when she saw that the person who picked up her bath towel was actually a handsome boy, she couldn't help but blushed slightly. After all, she really used that towel to wipe, just now. Son Goku handed the towel to Wu Fang Fang. Wu Fang Fang looked at Son Goku and suddenly remembered. Aren't you the guy who came to the martial arts gym to compete with my father today? It turned out that Wu Fang Fang could clearly see the battle between Son Goku and Mutaito while hiding behind. When the two were about to say something, Son Goku's stomach growled in disbelief. Speaking of which, he hadn't eaten for almost a day. Seeing this, Wu Fang Fang pursed her lips and smiled, and said to Son Goku, if you don't mind that, I'll eat it for you. It's not good, we just met for the first time, so I'll eat you. Son Goku didn't expect love to come so suddenly. What's the matter, the food below me is delicious. No way, Son Goku could only follow Wu Fang Fang to a hut in the forest. This is a secret base built by Wu Fang Fang himself. Although she is Mutaito's daughter, because she is a daughter, Mutaito doesn't teach martial arts very much, and she doesn't even want her to learn too much. So Wu Fang Fang quietly built a hut here. Not only can she live here on weekdays, but she can also practice martial arts. Start a fire, add firewood, boil water, get down. Wu Fang Fang is very proficient, and soon a bowl of delicious noodles is ready. After smelling it, Son Goku found it extremely delicious. No matter what kind of food it is, he loves it very much. Just one bowl is not enough. To Wu Fang Fang's astonishment, Son Goku ate more than 10 bowls in a row. I forcibly ate all the noodles stored here by Wu Fang Fang before I was barely full. Wow, Goku, your appetite is really amazing. Wu Fang Fang only ate half a bowl, and gave Son Goku her own noodles. She felt full just by looking at it. Son Goku is very grateful to Wu Fang Fang for his hospitality. Wu Fang Fang rolled his eyes slightly and then smiled charmingly. If you really want to thank me, why don't we do something serious? Quote ? Son Goku looked at the sky outside the window with a puzzled face. It will be an hour before the sun sets, which is a bit too early. Wu Fang Fang didn't know what Son Goku was thinking, but she had already got up and walked to the yard, and then opened her posture and said to Son Goku, I want you to teach me martial arts. Son Goku blinked, and then realized what Wu Fang Fang meant. He naturally didn't refuse. After all, didn't Yongguo and Xiaolong Envy hook up by relying on their martial arts skills? The two quickly practiced against each other. Of course, Son Goku cooperated deliberately, focusing on feeding moves. After some fighting, Wu Fang Fang was hearty. In the next few days, Son Goku also carried out targeted training on Wu Fang Fang's body, and the relationship between the two became closer. Hey, old turtle, have you heard that recently Fang Fang always goes to the forest alone for a whole day, and I often hear the brothers who go up the mountain to collect medicine say that they can occasionally hear the sound of leather whips and the like. Shouldn't. Bald-haired crane, you, don't talk nonsense, our Fang Fang is not that kind of person. But aren't you curious? I see that Fang Fang's face is rosy recently, and it seems that she has someone she likes. Has Fang Fang finally found out that the person she loves the most is me? Old turtle, just be a green turtle for the rest of your life. The young crane immortal was a little speechless towards Master Roshi. Of course he also liked Fang Fang, but he never found a chance to express his love. In the past, if the opponent was only Master Roshi, then his self-confidence was still great. But now, a guy who came out of nowhere actually sticks with Fang Fang all day long. If things go on like this, won't Fang Fang become his shape? HMPH, if there is a chance, I will definitely teach him a lesson. In front of the cabin, Wu Fang Fang's hands were tied behind her back. She hesitated, and the sweat dripped down her pretty face, as if she was going through something special. It's not enough, Fang Fang, you have to use even more force to sink your whole body down. After Son Goku finished speaking, Wu Fang Fang gritted her teeth, exerted her last strength, and charged fiercely. Finally, she pulled the huge dead wood behind her. Seeing this, Son Goku smiled slightly and praised, that's right, Fang Fang, it's only been a while, and you've improved a lot. Wu Fang Fang collapsed and sat on the ground. Son Goku's training was very strict. Whether it's physical fitness or strength, she has carried out targeted training, so these days, she always leaves early and returns late, and sometimes stays out all night. Although many people gossip about her because of this, Wu Fang Fang doesn't care about it. She just wants to be stronger than those men. The food for lunch today is a grilled fish, which Son Goku touched in the river. This is not the first time Wu Fang Fang has seen a big fish several meters long. I have to say that Son Goku may not have much talent in cooking, but he has a full set of grilled fish attributes. Even though Wu Fang Fang tried his best, he could only eat less than 1/10 of the food, and Son Goku took care of the rest. But she would laugh out loud just watching Son Goku eat. Soon, it was the day when the disciples in the Budokan would compete in martial arts. Although Wu Taito didn't like Wu Fang Fang's participation, this time she insisted on giving her a chance to prove herself. If Wu Fang Fang can win the top 3, not only will he no longer hinder Wu Fang Fang from practicing martial arts, but he will also teach him all his unique knowledge. Wu Fang Fang was overjoyed. She had been waiting for this day. In the first round, Wu Fang Fang met the young Master Roshi. Although Master Roshi's talent is mediocre, it is only relatively speaking. Under Wu Taito's school, he can still be ranked in the top 10 casually. The two put up a posture, and the battle began. Wu Fang Fang stepped forward, rushed up, and punched Master Roshi's face. Ah! Master Roshi screamed and flew upside down and fell to the ground. Junior sister Fang Fang is too powerful, I admit defeat. Wu Fang Fang was a little speechless. You are too fake, right? You flew out by yourself before I hit you. She angrily said to the young Master Roshi, if you are not serious, I will ignore you for the rest of my life. Fang Fang Fang. Master Roshi stood up without hesitation, feeling Wu Fang Fang's determination. This time he became serious. Soon the two played against each other again, but after all, they were facing Wu Fang Fang. Master Roshi often hesitated involuntarily in his hands and feet, and this hesitation gave Wu Fang Fang an opportunity to take advantage of. This time, he was kicked out by Wu Fang Fang for real. Even Master Roshi felt a little unbelievable. Logically speaking, even if he had some concerns, he didn't make full use of it. But Wu Fang Fang's strength should not be her opponent at all. How could she improve so fast in less than 3 months? Could it be that teacher Wu Taito secretly made up lessons for her? Master Roshi nodded to himself. It seems that this is the only possibility. The crane immortal at the side had an unfriendly look in his eyes. Of course he knew why Wu Fang Fang improved so fast. It had nothing to do with teacher Wu Taito at all. Coincidentally, after 2 rounds, Wu Fang Fang's opponent met Crane Immortal. Crane Immortal smiled. He would not show mercy, because he knew that Wu Fang Fang liked strong men. Being a dog licker like Master Roshi can't win Wu Fang Fang's favor. If she defeats Fang Fang, she might come to him to study in private. Crane Immortal made up his mind without hesitation. The competition started, and he attacked first. Crane Immortal is naturally talented, and has practiced under Wu Taito for many years, so he is very proficient in various moves. For a while, Wu Fang Fang was a little flustered, unable to parry at all. The bald crane dares to attack Fang Fang so hard. Master Roshi on the side was a little angry. Seeing that Wu Fang Fang was about to lose, she jumped out quickly, and then stretched out her hand to signal a timeout. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Crane Immortal looked at Wu Fang Fang suspiciously, only to see that she suddenly took off her coat. Underneath is a close-fitting short sleeve, so her beautiful figure is exposed. Wu Tien, brother Wu Tien. The moment Master Roshi saw it, nosebleeds rushed out, and the disciples on the side quickly reminded him, and he didn't react. Crane Immortal cast a disdainful look at Master Roshi, then looked at Wu Fang Fang and said, "Junior sister, seduction is useless to me." Wu Fang Fang smiled slightly, without explaining, but threw the coat on the ground. Boom! The floor under Wu Fang Fang's feet was cracked. What? Junior sister Fang Fang's clothes are so heavy. My god, this stuff weighs hundreds of catties, right? I didn't expect my junior sister to wear such heavy clothes to compete with Wu Tien's senior brother. She even won. Master Roshi coughed twice in embarrassment. Hey, that's because I'm not serious. In fact, it's no wonder they were so surprised. It would be impossible for anyone to train Wu Fang Fang so strong in a short period of time. All this can only be done by Son Goku. Because there are hundreds of celestial beans in his hand, as long as she uses the celestial beans reasonably, she can continue to cultivate. And because Wu Fang Fang is relatively weak, one fairy bean can be divided into 3 to feed. Therefore, although it is less than 3 months, it is equivalent to nearly 2.5 years of hard work by normal people. Moreover, with Son Goku's current strength, Wu Fang Fang's training can easily cut to the point, so it is normal for her to improve a lot in a short period of time. Let's fight again, brother He. Wu Fang Fang smiled confidently at Immortal He, and then the whole figure quickly rushed over. Now Immortal Crane has to face it with caution. The two of you come and go. For a moment, it is hard to tell the winner, and in the blink of an eye, there are hundreds of moves in the fight. But after all, Immortal Crane has practiced for a long time, so he is more energetic. As time changes, Fang Fang's physical strength gradually cannot keep up. Each of us has chi in us. Maybe chi is not as good as others in terms of chi alone, but if we can concentrate it, it will be completely different. Wu Fang Fang remembered Son Goku's teaching when he split the waterfall with air. At that time, she wanted to learn this trick, but she couldn't learn it no matter what. No evil thoughts, concentrate on the whole body, and focus on the circle and buy righteousness in the Luli area. Wu Fang Fang repeated Son Goku's words in a murmur, and then felt that the only chi left in her body was concentrated in one place. Without hesitation, he swung his fist, and Immortal Crane sensed something was wrong, but before it was too late, Wu Fang Fang directly knocked him out of the martial arts hall. This is, what? Junior sister Fang Fang actually defeated senior brother He. So what happened? Crane Immortal stood up slowly from the ground. Although the blow just now didn't hurt him, it was extremely insulting. He is a disciple Wu Taito values very much. Under Wu Taito's sect, one of the most powerful beings would be defeated by Wu Fang Fang in less than a month of training. He is a little uncomfortable. Senior brother He accepted it. In fact, if it wasn't for the rules of the competition, then I would definitely lose. Faced with Wu Fang Fang's words, Immortal Crane fell silent, although it was true, but he silently retreated to the side, his eyes full of doubts about life. The next game will be much simpler, although Wuju has exhausted a lot of energy. But it's not something that other ordinary disciples can fight against, and it's easy to get into the top 10. Just when she was about to start a fight with the top 3 senior brothers, a green demon appeared in the sky. When it flew over, there were even black clouds in the sky, which was obviously an ominous sign. Gia, human martial arts are really weak. It seems that the king is too cautious to let me try the human level in advance. Everyone in the Budokan raised their heads and looked towards the sky, their faces all changed. Then, what is it? A monster. Why have I never seen it before? Gia, hello, I'm Piccolo Daimao subordinate, you can call me Tambali. Piccolo Daimao. The disciples in the Budokan saw the demon with wings on its back, slowly descending from the sky. Of course they haven't heard of the name of Piccolo Daimao. What are you doing in our martial arts hall? We don't know the big devil you mentioned, anyway, don't come to our martial arts hall to make trouble. Yes, get out, or don't blame us for being rude. Tambali saw how these people were staring at each other, his eyes were full of evil, and then the corner of his mouth curled up into a smile. Master Roshi secretly thought it was bad, but before it was too late to remind, Tambali made a sudden move and directly pierced a disciple's heart. He held the still beating heart in his hand, then swallowed it, and said with a look of enjoyment. Human hearts are delicious. Seeing Tambali's strength, he killed a fellow disciple in an instant. These people became vigilant in an instant, and Master Roshi and Crane Immortal were the leaders among them, nervously facing this gigantic devil who didn't know where it came from. Gia, don't you think that you are my opponent just by adding together? Tambali didn't talk nonsense, and shot again. Master Roshi and Crane Immortal also did not hesitate, and they went forward together. But obviously, the situation is not optimistic, and the two of them can only barely parry together. Soon, Master Roshi and Crane Immortal were ripped out of scratches by this green demon. Seeing that the situation was not good, Wu Fang Fang also rushed forward. The three of them worked together, but Tambali was still able to do it with ease. Drink! Tambali yelled angrily, flying all three of them out. Taking advantage of this emptiness, he instantly killed 3 martial arts disciples. Now the whole martial arts hall was completely flustered. Tambali's next target was Crane Immortal. Master Roshi and Wu Fang Fang were completely helpless, and their bodies hadn't even recovered from the paralysis. Seeing that life was about to die at this moment, a white wave of air cut out. Tambali managed to dodge, but his face was still torn open. Wu Taito teacher. Father. Master. Wu Taito appeared wearing a martial arts uniform, and felt an evil wave from the retreat just now, and only after he came out did he realize that something was wrong. Wu Taito looked at the green monster in front of him seriously, the pure evil power made even him feel a little palpitating. A decent human finally came. Tambali looked very relaxed. If Taito Wu hadn't suddenly appeared and made a surprise attack just now, he would definitely have the confidence to completely dodge it. 222. The wings behind Tambali spread out, and his speed was almost twice as fast as before, and Wu Taito attacked. In just a short fight, Wu Taito's arm was scratched, and traces of blood flowed out. Good, so strong. Taito Wu was astonished, not knowing where such a powerful monster came from. But of course he can't give up. If he loses, then these disciples under the sect will only have a dead end. Wu Taito burst out all the arrogance in his body, and decided to fight the monster in front of him to the death. Boom, boom, boom. The fierce collision caused the entire Budokan to collapse. But even though Taito Wu has tried his best, he is still no match for the Green Devil. Accompanied by the two sides once again launched a fierce confrontation in the sky. Relying on the advantage of his natural wings, Tambali directly penetrated Wu Taito's body. Although Wu Taito tried his best to dodge, but he barely ensured that the heart was not hit. Gia. Tambali stopped in midair and laughed wildly. Sure enough, the limits of human beings are nothing more than this. Master Roshi reluctantly stood up. He stood in front of Wu Taito and Wu Fang Fang. Fang Fang, take Master first. Wu Fang Fang looked at Master Roshi in front of her, and she knew that Master Roshi alone could not be this Tambali's opponent. Even his father Wu Taito still didn't hurt the monster in front of him. What to do? A figure appeared in Wu Fang Fang's mind involuntarily, but she remembered that that person seemed to be a tie with her father. Junior sister Fang Fang, let's go. At this time, a mortal he also struggled to come to Wu Fang Fang. Facing Tambali's attack, the two stood up one at a time and resisted with difficulty. He has the same determination as Master Roshi, and will defend Wu Fang Fang's safety to the death. Wu Fang Fang looked at the scene in front of her and said firmly. No, I won't go, I want to fight with you. Wu Fang Fang pushed the two away and slowly walked to the front. She looked at the monster in front of her without the slightest fear. Without evil thoughts, focus on the whole body, and concentrate the strength on the fist. Wu Fang Fang kept repeating this sentence in her mouth, only to see white light glowing on her fist again. This. Wu Taito, who was lying on the ground dying, naturally recognized it. This is the mastery of Qi, the experience he has summed up over the years. Unexpectedly, Wu Fang Fang mastered the skills that even Master Roshi and Crane Immortal hadn't learned yet. It's just a pity that the Qi in her body is too weak. No matter how concentrated she is, it's impossible to deal with the monster in front of her. Drink. Wu Fang Fang didn't care about this. She split her fist into a palm, and saw a small white light shooting out of her palm. HMPH, tiny human. Tambali showed disdain, and just stretched out a hand, which also gathered Mei Wang Hao, a wave of light, and shot it directly towards Wu Fang Fang. In front of Tambali's powerful power, Wu Fang Fang's light wave is very weak. Just when Wu Fang Fang was about to be swallowed up by Tambali's black light wave, a very reliable voice came from behind her. Fang Fang, you've done a good job, you're quite proficient in mastering Qi. Goku. Fang Fang heard this voice, and naturally knew who was coming. She burst into tears excitedly. From just now, she was in despair, looking forward to Son Goku's arrival, but also fearing that he would die at Tambali's hands when he arrived. But when Son Goku really appeared, she was still ecstatic, with a sense of peace that she had never felt before. Son Goku appeared next to Wu Fang Fang. He grabbed Wu Fang Fang's hand, and then saw Wu Fang Fang's whole body began to glow with intense white light. This huge white light brightened the entire sky. Even the dark clouds that accompanied Tambali dissipated before the blinding white light. Son Goku smiled slightly at the corner of his mouth, and said softly, "It's coming, Fang Fang." Yeah. Fang Fang nodded, feeling a powerful force in her body that she had never had before. This huge breath made her feel extremely comfortable. Now she just felt that Tambali, who was just like a monster just now, was just like an ant. A white light wave piercing through the sky was shot out from Wu Fang Fang's palm. Not only did it directly swallow up the black light emitted by Tambali, but even Tambali completely disappeared into the white light waves. How is it possible? Everything happened so fast in front of him. Tambali didn't even see what the man who suddenly appeared in front of him looked like. He was already wrapped in white light, so dead that he couldn't die anymore. After clearing the clouds and seeing the sun, the sky became clear again, as if nothing had happened just now. Wu Fang Fang looked at Son Goku shyly, and now the fingers of the two were still tightly held together. Cough cough. Tato Wu was seriously injured, so he couldn't hold back and coughed out. Only then did Wu Fang Fang let go of Son Goku's hand and ran to Wu Tato's side, looking at Wu Tato's injury, with a worried expression on his face. Seeing this, Son Goku took out a fairy bean and gave it to Wu Tato. In just one breath, the blood hole in Wu Tato's chest miraculously recovered. Are you a god? Such a miraculous scene, even Wu Tato was amazed. He had never seen such a miraculous thing. Originally, he had already thought about his funeral, so he might as well entrust his daughter to Son Goku. Now it seems that I can still work hard for another 30 years. Looking at the seriously injured Master Roshi and Crane Immortal, Son Goku was also not stingy, and took out another fairy bean and broke it in half for them to eat separately. Sure enough, they also miraculously recovered. Faced with the curiosity of these people, Son Goku did not hide anything, and told them the secret of Sendo, which Master Roshi secretly wrote down. Korin Tower. In the future, he will definitely try to climb to the top of the tower to meet the legendary fairy. After some rest, Wu Tato invited Son Goku to the back mountain alone. He could tell that his daughter Fang Fang liked Son Goku very much, and under Son Goku's teaching, Fang Fang's martial arts improved rapidly. So Tato Wu wanted to marry Fang Fang to Son Goku, but Son Goku shook his head and refused. Why, don't you like Fang Fang? No, it's not that I don't like her, it's just. Son Goku thought about it for a moment, but still brought in and out what happened to him from 100 years later. And he told Tato Wu that the green devil who came this time is just a subordinate, the real big devil is a guy named Piccolo Daimao. Then, Wu Tato showed a worried look on his face. He was just a subordinate of the Great Demon King, and he couldn't handle it anymore, let alone the Great Demon King. Son Goku also has no choice. Wu Tato is old after all, and the potential in his body has basically been developed by him. Even if Son Goku wants to help him, there is nothing he can do. Is there no other way to defeat the Great Demon King? Wu Tato's words suddenly awakened Son Goku. Son Goku remembered that Master Roshi had given him something before. He threw out a capsule, and inside the capsule was the magic sealing wave method left by Master Roshi to Son Goku. Maybe this skill can deal with Piccolo Daimao, it's just. Son Goku didn't finish his sentence, but Wu Tato just glanced at it and understood it roughly. The person who casts the magic sealing wave will have the price of death. Wu Tato smiled slightly, but he had made up his mind in just a moment. If he could die to save the world, he would be willing to sacrifice himself. Wu Tato's self-sacrifice and self-sacrifice even moved Son Goku a little. He came from time travel. In that era, there were very few people who were willing to sacrifice themselves for others, let alone sacrifice their lives. Perhaps only such a person can be called a generation of Grandmasters. Grandmaster Wu Tato deserves his name. Then Son Goku, when are you going to leave next? Wu Tato put the secret book of Mofangbo in his arms. Son Goku thought for a while, and then replied, it should be these 2 days. Then did you tell Fang Fang? Son Goku shook his head, then sighed, it's better not to tell her. Originally, Son Goku came here to give birth to a child for Wu Fang Fang, but during the time spent with Wu Fang Fang, he also realized that this girl is strong and innocent. If I really did something outrageous and ignored it after returning to the future, wouldn't I really become a scumbag? Instead, Son Goku would be better off giving up. Wu Tato saw that Son Goku had made up his mind, so he didn't say anything more. However, they didn't know that Wu Fang Fang, who was hiding in the grass, heard all of this clearly. She gritted her teeth and made a decision. At night, Son Goku slept alone in the wooden house. He slept soundly, but suddenly he felt something soft on his body. Son Goku stretched out his hand involuntarily, and Wu Fang Fang couldn't help crying out shyly. This time Son Goku woke up completely. He looked at the naked Wu Fang Fang in front of him. Fang Fang, bod. You. Wu Fang Fang gagged Son Goku's mouth, did not speak, and just started an exchange about Wu Shui. The next day, the two woke up, recalling the madness of last night. They both didn't know what to say for a while. In the end, it was Wu Fang Fang who spoke first. Even if you want to leave, I will always think of you. Son Goku was silent. He didn't expect Wu Fang Fang to like him so much, but he couldn't bring her back to the future. Wait, Son Goku thinks of Master Roshi and Surusen who are still alive after 300 years. That's right, although I can't take Fang Fang back 300 years, I can keep her alive until then. And the Piccolo daimyo of this world has been born, which means Dragon Ball. Luckily he had the Dragon Ball radar with him. Son Goku shared her thoughts with Wu Fang Fang, and she cried with joy. Great, Goku, if it's really possible, my lord will definitely look for you in 100 years. Son Goku also hugged Wu Fang Fang. To be honest, he still felt a little guilty last night. But now I don't feel guilty at all. Why don't I study my homework well? The two struggled again, and then, with the efforts of Son Goku and Wu Fang Fang, they found all the Dragon Balls easily. Shenron, I hope Wu Fang Fang can stay young forever and never die. Quote. I'm sorry, it's beyond my ability to never die. Birth, old age, sickness and death are the natural laws of human beings. Then, I hope that Wu Fang Fang's life expectancy will increase by 1,000 years and she will always look like she was young. Shenron stared blankly at Son Goku in the sky, and Son Goku also looked up at Shenron with a harmless smile. At this time, Shenron didn't know that he would help Son Goku realize such a brazen wish of getting stuck with a bug many times. But this wish is indeed within Shenron's ability. I can help you realize this wish. In the next few days, Son Goku is about to leave. He and Wu Fang Fang are like glue, and they are reluctant to separate at all, as if they are stuck together. As for acupuncture points, Son Goku has used them all. Wu Fang Fang also cooperated extremely. After all, this is also a way to prove that she has a deep path in martial arts. But in the end, the moment of parting came, but Wu Fang Fang was not sad. Because she knew that before long, the two would meet again and never be separated again. Just with the departure of Son Goku, Wu Fang Fang also decided to leave Budokan. She wants to travel the world, and when she sees Son Goku again next time, she has to become stronger, so that she can withstand Son Goku's more powerful impact. On the day of parting, Master Roshi cried with snot and tears. Fang Fang, how can I live without you? Fang Fang, take me away. There was no other way. The immortal crane only calmed down after knocking him out. Wu Fang Fang smiled. Of course she understood Master Roshi and Crane Immortal's intentions, but she couldn't accommodate other people in her heart anymore. 300 years, after all, is not too long. Son Goku returns to the Spirit Time House. He opened the door and went out without any attachment to this tormenting place. As soon as Son Goku went out, he ran into Bobo who was in a daze. I saw him standing still in a daze, as if he had merged with the sky, and the little bird hovering in the air landed on him without any fear at all. Son Goku looked a little surprised. No wonder everyone said that Mr. Popo's realm was ridiculously high, and he was the predecessor of Ultra Instinct. It seems that the rumors are true-false. It's just that it will take a lot of time for Mr. Popo to be as calm as a mirror. Son Goku had no intention of disturbing Bobo, and was going to leave directly. But when he was about to leave, he was stopped by Bobo. Son Goku, God told me to tell you something. Son Goku stopped, turned his head, and looked at Bobo. Bobo blinked, and then continued, not long after you entered the spiritual time room, the second generation of the devil climbed up the Korin Tower and drank the super magic water. Bobo's tone was very flat, and Son Goku hardly felt the change in his tone. However, I didn't expect it because of my own arrival. Under the powerful strength, it actually prompted the second generation of demons of this era to also drink the super god water for power. Of course, Son Goku, the second generation of the devil, knows very well, not only the powerful Namekian, but also the genius fighting line among them. The potential contained in his body is quite huge. If Son Goku is a Super Saiyan in the later stage, then the second generation of the devil will be a Super Namekian. It's just that with the update of the Saiyan patch version later, when Super 2, Super 3 and even the Realm of Gods appear, the second generation of the devil gradually couldn't keep up with the version, and turned into a logistics support, taking care of the baby. But Son Goku will find it more interesting only if the second generation of magic becomes stronger. Perhaps it was because of Saiyan's genes, instead of being distressed, he became more and more looking forward to it. Seeing Son Goku's excited face, Bobo couldn't understand. But the gods only let him convey information, and he doesn't care about others. Seeing that Bobo was in a daze again, Son Goku had nothing else to say. He didn't stay any longer, and jumped towards the Korin Tower under the Temple of Heaven. Son Goku secretly guessed in his heart that if the second generation of the devil climbed up the Korin Tower and drank the super god water, then he wondered whether the Korin immortal would have been killed given his character. When he came to Korin Tower, he saw that the tower was empty, and there was no sign of Korin immortal at all. Could it be that Karin-sama was really killed by the second generation of magic? Son Goku saw catnip all over the ground, extending all the way to the edge of the tower, and there was a cat footprint on the edge. Karin-sama won't suck catnip and get bigger, will she fall? Seeing this, Son Goku smiled helplessly, and could only buy it for 0 yuan with tears in his eyes, and took away the remaining newly grown fairy beans and the remaining super magic water. Then, before Karin-sama came back, he ran away. Son Goku put his hand on his forehead and began to search for Bulma's breath. Bulma's aura is still too weak, and it's difficult to find it. It seems that I have to improve her aura in the future. Son Goku searched for a long time, and finally found Bulma's breath in Xidu. With a whoosh, it disappeared directly on Korin Tower. Not long after Son Goku left, Karin-sama finally climbed up. Seeing its cat eyes smoky and panting, it is obvious that even he is tired enough to climb this Korin Tower, especially Karin-sama is still very unconscious at the moment. He sniffed his nose, sniffed around, and muttered to himself, "It's strange, how can I smell Goku's body?" But when he looked around, he saw nothing. Karin-sama took a wobbly authentic catwalk, intending to drink some water to wake up. Karin-sama looked at the 2 empty jars next to the water tank. He woke up instantly. Meow, where's my fairy bean? Where's my super magic water? What the hell is Korin Tower stolen? On the other side, Son Goku came to the defenseless Bulma through instant transmission. What catches the eye is so white, so big, so firm. Ah! Bulma's screams instantly attracted Lan Chi and the others. Among them, Mira even directly turned on the battle mode, and saw that it was Son Goku who suddenly appeared in Bulma's bathtub. What exactly is going on? Looking at the scene in front of her, Lan Fang was a little puzzled. She didn't understand. Is it necessary for Son Goku to peek at Bulma taking a bath? Son Goku is also very helpless. He doesn't want to. I say it's all caused by instant transmission. Do you believe it? You guys go out soon. Bulma saw a group of people surrounding him, and now it was all right. Not only Son Goku saw him completely, but also Lan Chi and others could see clearly. Even Bulma was blushing, especially Violet, who has a cheerful personality. While walking outside, she discussed loudly where Bulma's tallness ranks among several sisters. In the end, everyone unanimously agreed that it is good to be young. Bulma was ashamed to the point of hearing everyone's discussion. Seeing this, Son Goku was about to run away, but was stopped by Bulma. Son Jun, you are responsible. Son Goku spread his hands helplessly. How can I be responsible? Without too many words, Bulma pulled Son Goku into the bathtub, and the two seemed to return to the time when they first took risks. At that time, little Goku also often bathed with Bulma. Only now, Son Goku can do something else besides bathing. After a lot of hard work, Bulma was finally coaxed. Son Goku also promised repeatedly that he would never use instant transmission to appear suddenly again, unless it was an emergency. Seeing this, Bulma spared him. She looked at Son Goku, who seemed to be stronger in front of her, and said curiously, "Hey, Son Jun, you have been away for so long this time, but you didn't bring a girl back." Son Goku was a little speechless. Am I such a carefree person in your eyes? Then, how else? Bulma, I want you to know how good I am after training. As Son Goku said, he used his newly learned skills to control the chi in his body to concentrate in one place. Quote exclamation mark exclamation mark exclamation mark quote. Bulma opened his mouth wide, eyes full of disbelief. Time passed quickly, and a year passed in a blink of an eye. During this year, Son Goku hardly practiced much, and spent most of his time with Bulma and others and children. Son Wuyuan, who was born the earliest, is now 4 years old. Although this child was born when Son Goku's fighting power was only a few hundred. But no matter what, it is Saiyan's blood after all, and after Saiyan marries a human, it seems that the potential will be greater than that of ordinary Saiyans. Therefore, under the training of Son Goku, the 4-year-old Son Wuyuan's combat power has reached more than 200. Of course, this is not high, it can be higher with Son Wuyuan's aptitude. It's just that it's a peaceful age after all, and Bulma and others don't want their children to be trained too strictly. Son Goku did not force this either. Let the children have a complete childhood first, and then train these children properly when the Dragon Ball's era begins. However, when thinking about the fact that every child will have to be raised slowly in the future, Son Goku still has some big heads. It's not that he is impatient, but that he has more important responsibilities on his shoulders. The 7th universe is without the original Son Goku, so it's on its own. Although my current combat power is considered a master in the 7th universe, it is far from enough, especially starting from Frieza, the combat power will rapidly expand. Looks like it's time to find a babysitter and bodyguard for the kids. Son Goku couldn't help thinking to himself. A few days later, the 23rd World No. 1 martial arts tournament will finally start. Because of the 22 consecutive winners of the martial arts tournament are both Son Goku. And Son Goku defeated Piccolo Daimao when the Earth was in danger and became a hero to save the world. This has also made this world's No. 1 martial arts conference more popular, and it has become a world-class conference. The arena for the competition not only started to be built 2 years ago, but also uses the most solid bricks on Earth for construction, and even has the technical support provided by Bulma. And the king also realized that in the face of monsters like Piccolo, the power of cannonballs seems far from enough, and more martial arts masters should be cultivated. Therefore, he purposely circled a piece of land in the western capital, and the state took it over to build a venue that belongs to the world's No. 1 martial arts conference. The venue is enough to accommodate tens of thousands of people to watch the game at the same time, so it can't be said that the momentum is huge. And in order to show respect to Son Goku for saving the world, the king also ordered someone to make a huge sculpture of Son Goku at the gate of the world's No. 1 martial arts conference, which is very conspicuous. In the heavy rain, there was lightning and thunder. Looking at the sculpture in front of him, a man who was fully covered stood on a high place and sneered. "Ha, Son Goku, I must kill you with my own hands." Chapter 71. Hasn't Bulma packed yet? It's too late to register for the Budo tournament. Early in the morning, Son Goku was waiting for Bulma at the door, but he had been waiting for almost 2 hours. If it weren't for the fact that Bulma rarely used both hands and feet yesterday, he wouldn't have waited so long. However, Son Goku finally understood that the biggest lie of a woman and the biggest lie of a man are actually the same sentence: I will soon. Okay, I'm done, how about it, Son Jun, does it look good? As the voice fell, Bulma finally walked out. I saw her with shoulder-length light green long hair, fair and slender legs, and wearing a purple jumpsuit, which showed her uneven figure more and more vividly. At this moment, Bulma's cheeks can be broken like white porcelain, and her moist and delicate lips are bright red, making it difficult for people to control themselves from a distance. "Bulma, are you testing me with this?" Looking at Sun Wu, 863, Kong stared at him closely, wishing he could eat himself in one bite. Bulma was delighted in his heart, but he still pretended to be nonchalant. How can I, it's Sun Jun who always thinks wrong. HMPH, I don't care, you made me wait for so long, so you don't have any compensation. Sun Jun, I still have a pair of silk stockings in my bag and I haven't changed them. It will take at least half an hour to drive from here to the competition place. Bulma's cheeks were rosy and Son Goku's ear side whispered. And I specially invited Xiao Wu to help drive today. Bulma, my Bulma. Son Goku happily picked up Bulma and turned around a dozen times in a row before putting her down. Also, at this time, only Xiao Wu was willing to cooperate with them in driving alone. Lan Chi doesn't know it at all, and the blonde Lan Chi, Son Goku believes that she can dismantle the car. As for Lan Fang, Violet, and Mirana, they absolutely wish they could fight in person. So only Xiao Wu is the best candidate. It's just that even Xiao Wu was a little envious and complained, "Why am I driving the car?" Seeing this, Son Goku had no choice but to comfort her. "You help me drive during the day, and I will help you drive at night." Happy times are always short. By the time he arrived at the registration place for the World's No. 1 martial arts conference, Master Roshi had already arrived here early. He saw Son Goku, who got out of the car, Bulma, who was a female college student, and the cute and charming Xiao Wu. Master Roshi is so angry, tears can't stop flowing from the corner of his mouth. Unscientific, unscientific. I am a god of martial arts and I don't have so many girls like it. Why does Son Goku always have different beautiful girls by his side? Master Roshi never figured it out, but he didn't know that there would be another thing that would make him break his defense even more today. Master Roshi scratched his head. There is no way. Who let Piccolo Daimao be the background board when he attacked the world? At that time, after Son Goku saved the world, many beautiful girls threw themselves into his arms. It's just that he didn't expect that he didn't want any of them. Is it really the death of drought and the death of waterlogging? But if you let Master Roshi know that Lan Chi, Lan Fang, Violet, Mera and others will come to cheer for Son Goku, he's probably going to suffer even more. It's just that seeing Bulma's and Xiao Wu's long white legs dangling in front of his eyes is already making him feel very uncomfortable. Ahem, Oolong, you don't want to be evicted from the Guixian house because you can't pay the rent, do you? Oolong took out his hand from his pocket, waved his fist and shouted angrily at Master Roshi. HMPH, old man, don't even think about it, I'm not poor. Comma quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Seeing Oolong's unwillingness to give in, Master Roshi could only sigh with great regret. Puer is naturally better than Puer, but this is the first time for Oolong, each has its own fun. The two were talking, and Son Goku had already stepped forward to say hello. Xidian brought Bulma and others to the registration place. To participate in the world's number 1 martial arts tournament is still the old rule, you must first register your name. This time, a very beautiful young woman was in charge of registration, and she recognized Son Goku immediately. She has a face full of admiration, and her eyes are full of the meaning that as long as Son Goku asks, she is willing to give birth to monkeys for him. Bulma snorted coldly. Son Goku could only smile awkwardly, signed his name and left. It's just that he can still feel the hot gaze from behind, and Son Goku is also very helpless about this. It seems that this should be the last world number 1 martial arts tournament he will participate in. Sure enough, sometimes people who are too famous will cause a lot of unnecessary troubles. Now I understand why the Z fighters in the original comics are relatively low-key. Speaking of which, in the last year, I went shopping with Bulma and others. As long as Son Goku is recognized, he can basically use instant transmission to escape. Hey, Son Goku sighed. For some reason, he hoped that Satan would take over the title of savior from himself one day sooner. When Son Goku and Bulma Xiaowu walked back, there were less than 3 minutes left before the end of registration. Strange, why haven't Krillin and the others come yet? Master Roshi looked around, but he didn't see a few people at all. If it really doesn't work, you can only rely on the transformation technique of Oolong and Puer to sign up. It's just that the transformation technique also has a cooling time, so there will still be 2 people who can't sign up. Don't they plan to participate in this martial arts conference? Bulma was also puzzled. Logically speaking, they should have arrived long ago. Master Yamcha has trained hard for 3 years for today, and he will never give up this chance to defeat Master Goku. Puer is very confident. He not only believes in Yamcha's strength, but also misses Yamcha very much. Unknowingly, it has been separated from Yamcha for almost 2 years, and now it is about to become someone else. When several people were wondering, Son Goku frowned slightly, then raised the corners of his mouth and said with a smile, "Here they come." Several people looked around, but saw nothing. Just as he was about to ask Son Goku, he felt a gust of wind blowing in front of him, and Son Goku turned his head to look at the registration office. The girl in charge of registration thought that Son Goku had really taken a fancy to her, and in an instant she was about to faint. Just when she was about to fall to the ground, an arm stretched out and said softly, "Miss, are you all right?" The girl mistakenly thought it was Son Goku. Hanshun waited for Fang to open her eyes, but found that it was only Yamcha who was the top 8.0.1. Moreover, Yamcha had several scars on his handsome face. The girl's complexion instantly showed an unconcealable loss. Yamcha is very helpless about this, and his scars are aggrieved. It was one night after climbing the Korin Tower with Krillin and others, when he mistakenly took the immortal Krillin for Puer. After all, they are all furry, and then tragedy happened, a few cat claws came down, and it became like this. However, Yamcha is not discouraged by this. He has indeed improved a lot in Kalanta and gained a stronger force area. Now he only thinks that he is full of charm, showing his signature confident smile, which made the registration girl speechless for a while. Ju-min, family members, who knows? I was going to meet my idol son Goku today, but I met a Puxin shrimp-headed boy, and I was completely speechless. Hey, miss, how many of us want to sign up? The figure of Tien Shinhan also appeared in front of the lady in charge of registration, along with Krillin and Dumpling. It's worth mentioning that Krillin's height has finally surpassed that of Dumpling, reaching an astonishing 1.5 meters. Klein is very proud of this. Several people rushed to sign up before the deadline, and then went to Son Goku and Master Roshi. Puer burst into tears and threw herself into Yamcha's arms. Master Yamcha, Krillin said to Son Goku, "Hehe, I didn't expect us to become so strong in just 3 years, Goku. Aren't you surprised?" "Ah, yes, Krillin, you guys are really much stronger now." After Son Goku sensed their aura, he sincerely praised them. Their current strength is much stronger than that in the original comics. Maybe it's because they are too strong in this world, which further stimulates their desire to become stronger. Tien Shinhan also greeted Son Goku friendly. He is completely different now. There is no anger at all, but a very friendly look. The few people I hadn't seen for a long time were naturally very happy, but the laughter here caught the attention of one person. That is an extremely powerful and evil force. Several people turned their heads to look at the registration office, and there was a man in a white cloak and green body who was registering. "Mister, you don't look very well, are you sure you want to sign up for the competition?" "Stop talking, my face is always like this." The man in the white cloak turned around after signing up, and Krillin and the others recognized him instantly. That face couldn't be more familiar. Piccolo Daimao. No, to be precise, he should now be called the second generation of demons, Piccolo the Great Demon King. Son Goku from Piccolo Damo Dynasty showed his fangs and smiled provocatively. He has waited too long for this day. Soon, he will be able to prove to the world how terrifying the real demon power is. As long as he defeats Son Goku, he can realize his dream of conquering the world. But Krillin is more angry and concerned about another thing. How can Piccolo, who is only 3 years old now, can grow to a height of more than 2 meters? Is this science? Is this beaver? Krillin looked around. Except for Dumpling, no one was shorter than him. And dumplings can fly. It's so strong, Tien Shinhan said with a stern face after careful observation. He could feel that the strength of Piccolo Daimao seemed to be very different from Piccolo Daimao. Son Goku nodded, and replied, "Of course, because this Piccolo drank super magic water." What Son Goku said shocked Krillin and others, and of course they all climbed up the Korin Tower. They also know something about the super god water. That super god water, the few of them almost died after just licking it. Unexpectedly, Piccolo Demon King's awareness of wanting to defeat Son Goku is so high. Krillin and Tien Shinhan clenched their fists, looking a little nervous. It seems that this martial arts tournament, Piccolo, will be very difficult to deal with. Only Yamcha said with a relaxed smile, "Humph, but that's it, this time my uncle has researched a new super powerful trick, let alone a mere second-generation demon, even you, Son Goku, will lose to you." Facing Yamcha, who is so confident that he is outrageous, even Bulma couldn't help but complain, "Shrimp man." When Son Goku and the others were chatting and laughing, they didn't realize that besides the second generation of demons, there was another pair of eyes staring at them in the dark. And her eyes are mostly on Son Goku. Contestants participating in this world's number 1 martial arts tournament, please gather in the martial arts hall as soon as possible. The 23rd martial arts tournament qualifiers will begin soon. Let's go, everyone. Son Goku greeted everyone in front of him, and they followed Son Goku into the hall with confidence. The remaining Master Roshi was with Bulma and others. Bulma looked at Master Roshi. Hey, aren't you going to participate this time? Are you kidding me? I want to live a few more years. Master Roshi is very self-aware, and then said to Bulma. By the way, it's probably going to be a long time before the official competition, otherwise why don't you come and have a few drinks with me first? Bulma naturally refused directly, and took Xiaowu to go shopping. After a while, Lan Qi, Lan Fang and others would rush over. As soon as he entered the martial arts gym, Krillin began to take off his coat. Boom! I saw the clothes on Krillin's body hit the ground heavily, causing many people to watch. Son Goku noticed that they also practiced with weight bearing. Goku, to tell you the truth, after knowing that you trained with a weight of 100 kgs, we specially made a set of clothes with a weight of 200 kgs. Krillin changed into a set of light Guixiangliu clothes while talking. Son Goku nodded. He mentioned it in the last martial arts tournament, but he didn't expect this guy to really do that. He looked at Yamcha and Tien again. Both of them smiled at Son Goku, took off their coats, and sure enough they also carried 200 kgs. It seems that having a goal is the biggest motivation to move forward. Just like the original Son Goku, only when a strong enemy appears, will the combat power rise by leaps and bounds. However, Son Goku looked at Krillin in front of him, and suddenly said emotionally. Krillin, is it possible that you haven't grown much because of the weight? Quote? Faced with Son Goku's sudden soul questioning, Krillin was stunned. What he said seems to be quite reasonable. Krillin seems to have found the reason for his lack of height. At this time, a cute girl wearing a blue cheongsam and black stockings walked towards them. She directly bypassed Krillin and others, came to Son Goku and said with a smile. Hee, Goku, I knew you would come here. Krillin and Yamcha were dumbfounded for a moment. What's going on? History repeats itself, right? But in the last martial arts tournament, Son Goku finally subdued Lan Fang after he started fighting. Now that this year's tournament has not even been played yet, someone has taken the initiative to throw himself into his arms. Also, this girl is so cute. You are. How could Son Goku not remember who the youthful girl in front of him was at the pinnacle of beauty? Chi-Chi, right. At this time, Chi-Chi is very juicy, and his slim appearance is completely different from when he was a child. If Son Goku hadn't known in advance, I might not have recognized him. Chi-Chi covered his small face with both hands, and said shyly, unexpectedly, Goku, you still remember me? I thought you had forgotten me long ago. Son Goku laughed. How come? I said I want to marry you. If we come out to fight, we must keep our promises. If we say we marry you, we will definitely marry you. Then I'll wait for you. Son Goku, you must win. After Chi-Chi finished speaking, he walked aside and began to warm up for the next game. Look at her soft figure, which seems not to be inferior to Violet. It seems that it's time to try some tricks of hanging upside down. Hey, Goku, did you really go to practice with the gods? Krillin jumped up enviously and grabbed Son Goku's collar. Son Goku has several wives, but he still hasn't even touched a girl. In this regard, Son Goku is also very helpless. I really don't think about it myself. What can I do about the system's tasks? It can't be because I'm an old pervert, right? Actually, there are many good-looking girls in Tianshan. Son Goku's simple sentence directly broke Kling's defense. He practiced hard every day, and he didn't dare to relax for a moment, just to catch up with Son Goku, but he ended up picking up girls with tension. Are you human? No, you have to take me with you next time. Passing by silently, the uncle in the white shirt sneezed a lot, with a hint of doubt in his eyes. Who the hell is slandering me? Hello everyone, the qualifiers will start soon, please come forward and draw lots. The management personnel of the venue came out and arranged for each contestant to draw lots. This time the martial arts conference was even more popular, and there were as many as 1,000 contestants who came to the exhibition. Jiaozi, spread everyone out, don't face each other in the first round, and the second devil is also in a group of 500 points alone, so I can see his strength. Okay, Tianjin-san. Soon, the lottery was over, and everyone was logically not in the same group. The qualifiers are about to start now. According to the rules, the top 8 contestants will be determined to participate in the number 1 Budokai in the world. Please gather in front of the designated competition stage according to your respective numbers. In addition, everyone should know the rules of the competition. If the opponent falls off the competition stage, faints, or admits defeat, it is considered a failure, but if he kills the opponent, he will immediately lose the qualification for the competition. 1. Now invite contestants number 1 and number 2 to come on stage. I didn't expect it to be me in the first place. Son Goku looked at the number plate in his hand, it was number 1 written on it. Let's see your current strength, Goku. Kling said. Son Goku smiled and stepped onto the arena. His opponent was the old hapless guy. No, it was an old acquaintance, King Chaba. I heard that this time King Chaba changed his master again in order to avenge his hatred. King Chaba looked at Son Goku confidently, HMPH, now I am as strong as a monster. Seeing the unmoved expression of Son Goku in front of him again, King Chaba remembered the humiliation he had given him in the previous 2 consecutive martial arts tournaments. Without any hesitation at the moment, King Chaba rushed directly towards Son Goku, and secretly took a small blue pill while moving quickly. In an instant, his strength expanded several times, and his already fast figure became even faster. Take the trick, look at mine, carve a cross. Facing the menacing King Chaba, Son Goku smiled slightly, and then his figure appeared behind King Chaba. A hand knife went down, and the battle ended directly. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. Who turned off the light? King Chaba's eyes darkened and he passed out. Faced with the strength shown by Son Goku, everyone was not too surprised, after all, they were already used to it. Chi-Chi didn't care about these things, he looked at Son Goku with admiration, the man he was going to marry was indeed very powerful. In addition to Chi-Chi, there is also a mysterious man with strange appearance, looking at Son Goku in the distance, he whispered. Son Goku, long time no see. Originally, the qualifiers were very dull, but it is worth mentioning that Jiaozi unexpectedly met Dao Baibai in the first round. Today's Dao Baibai has been mechanically transformed by Dr. Gallo, so it should be called artificial Dao Baibai. He came here to avenge Son Goku, but he didn't expect to meet the traitor of Shimin in the first game. Originally, in the original book, the dumplings should be easily solved by Dao Baibai. Unexpectedly, here, because of the more rigorous training with Tien Shinhan and others, Jiaozi's combat effectiveness has far surpassed that of the artificial human Dao Baibai. Therefore, the situation on the field turned out to be one-sided. What's the situation? Dao Baibai trembled all over, and his figure couldn't stop shaking. He was almost insane right now. How can this be? I, Dao Baibai, the number 1 killer in the world. You can't beat the disciples in your own sect. He's still the best among the disciples. Dao Baibai's old face was flushed red, and engine oil almost came out. He directly unlocked the switch on his arm, and he was about to use his trick on dumplings. Tianjin sang. Jiaozi looked at Tien Shinhan in the audience. At this time, he was very embarrassed, after all, Dao Baibai was also their uncle, who had taught them. Jiaozi, you want to win. Tien Shinhan said seriously after a moment of silence. Tianjin. Jiaozi turned her eyes back to Dao Baibai, and there was no hesitation in her eyes. This battle also attracted the onlookers of many contestants. After all, Dao Baibai's reputation as the number 1 killer in the world is still very resounding. Sensing the gazes of the people around her, Dao Baibai did not hesitate at all. Super whole wave. He roared loudly, and the muzzle in his arm emitted a strong light. Buzz. The Qigong cannon came roaring, and went straight towards Jiaozi's thin body. Ah! Dumpling's face was firm, and she stretched out her 2 little hands, using all her superpowers, directly changing the trajectory of Super Dongdongbo. Boom! There was a strong explosion, and cracks appeared on the surface of the entire competition platform. Fortunately, this is a venue that has been reinforced with Bulma technology, otherwise the entire tournament stage would have to be rebuilt for this blow. Isn't the dumpling finished yet? At this time, Yamcha and Krillin rushed over after finishing their opponents. Son Goku smiled slightly. Don't worry, Dao Bai Bai is no match for dumpling at all. The smoke and dust dissipated, and the figure of Jiaozi gradually appeared. In the strong explosion just now, he didn't suffer any damage at all. The onlookers looked at Dao Bai Bai in the smoke on the opposite side. Phew. Dao Bai Bai's figure finally appeared. It's just that his whole body is covered in blood, and one of his mechanical arms was blown to pieces. At this moment, he was kneeling on the competition platform, and it seemed that he didn't even have the strength to move. The outcome of this battle is already obvious, and Jiaozi won by an overwhelming advantage. While talking about the power of dumplings, the onlookers lamented that Dao Baishan's era of being the #1 killer has come to an end. The game continued, and the next people also encountered some slightly tricky opponents. But with their current strength, they passed smoothly and easily. Only Jiaozi was really unlucky, and still lost in the qualifiers. The opponent who defeated him was the mysterious man with weird looks before. Dumpling's superpower actually doesn't work on this person, so there are only two possibilities. One is that this person also has superpowers, and the other is that this person's chi is so powerful that Jiaozi's superpowers are completely useless. In short, Dumpling lost the game without any surprise. Little guy, it's not bad, you've worked hard. Facing this man who looks feminine and can't tell the gender for a while, Jiaozi will not accept this guy's comfort. He came to Tien Shinhan with aggravaveness, hugged his thigh and cried bitterly. Tien Shinhan patted Jiaozi's back and comforted him. Don't worry, Jiaozi, I will help you work hard with your share. With Tien Shinhan's words, Dumpling wiped away her tears and regained her strength. After a day of fierce competition, the top 8 list finally came out, namely Son Goku, Krillin, Tien Shinhan, Yamcha, Piccolo, Chi-Chi, Shin, and Nien. Among them, the contestant Nien is the mysterious person who defeated Dumpling. The next 8 finals will start tomorrow, and not only will there be tens of thousands of spectators offline, but there will also be a simultaneous live broadcast online. Yamcha was naturally very happy when he heard the news. Just wait and see, this time, Master Yamcha will never just stop at the top 8. Everyone smiled slightly when they heard this, and it was hard to say anything. Except for Chi-Chi, I'm afraid everyone here is not easy to deal with. On the way out of the tournament hall, Chi-Chi rushed up from behind and grabbed Son Goku's arm tightly. Goku, how is it? I'm also in the quarterfinals, isn't it amazing? Facing the cute girl Chi-Chi, Son Goku naturally praised her a lot. In fact, if it wasn't because of the burden of life later, Chi-Chi would be a very good girl. Bulma and others who were waiting to pick up Son Goku at the door saw Chi-Chi, who was very intimate with Son Goku's arm. Bulma froze for a moment, then glanced at Lan Fang beside him. The meaning was self-evident. Lan Fang muttered aggrievedly, as a girl, it's hard not to marry Goku. After a few conversations, Bulma found out that this cute girl is actually Chi-Chi from Huianshan. In this way, Bulma is more at ease. After all, she has long been mentally prepared for Son Goku's participation in the martial arts conference to find a wife. What's more, this time it was Chi-Chi who had promised to marry in a long time ago. But Sun Jun is really dishonest. For a moment, the last time he came back from the temple, he thought he had changed his sense. Led by Bulma, everyone came to a villa. This time, she bought the villa directly. Although the dishes on the table are very luxurious, Chi-Chi said that he still wants to cook some delicious food for Son Goku himself. In this regard, Bulma did not block. After all, I have also seen Chi-Chi's craftsmanship in Huianshan, and the things she makes are really delicious. With top-notch ingredients, this time, Chi-Chi made something much more delicious than the 5-star chef Bulma invited. Not only Son Goku, but even Lan Chi and others ate a lot more than usual. Because of this meal, everyone also became emotionally involved. In the evening, a few people were free and had nothing to do, and proposed to play cards together, which is the kind of card game that really plays cards. Bulma, Chi-Chi, Lan Chi, Lan Fang, Violet, and Mara are all there, making it a rare family happy and harmonious. Of course, if it's just playing cards, it definitely doesn't mean much. If you lose, there will naturally be some punishment, and the content of the punishment. It can only be said that Mei-Ra blushed when she heard this. One night passed, and the top 8 finals of the world's one martial arts tournament were about to start. The old rule is to draw lots to determine the order of appearance, and the final result is Match 1 Son Goku vs. Chi-Chi. Game 2 Tien Shinhan vs. Yamcha. The third match between Nien contestants and Shen contestants. Game 4 Kling vs. Piccolo player. However, Chi-Chi was unable to participate in the first match due to temporary illness, so Son Goku won directly. In the glass room on the highest floor of the tournament hall, Bulma and others are sitting here. Since Bulma's capsule Nuowanghao company is the biggest sponsor of this martial arts competition, it naturally enjoys privileges, and there is no need for Lan Chi to transform into a position to grab the position. In this glass room, not only can you directly overlook the martial arts platform below, but also have an ultra-high-definition electronic display to see every move on the stage. Chi-Chi, you are not well yet, it is best not to move around. Bulma saw Chi-Chi clutching his stomach, moving step by step with difficulty, wanting to get something to drink from the refrigerator. It's just that her legs seemed a little weak, and she frowned a little with every step she took, looking very painful. I told you earlier that you'll be fine if you eat fairy beans, but you don't listen. Facing Bulma's words, Chi-Chi said with a blushing face, eat it, I ate 7 of the light immortal beans yesterday. I want to save some money. What if I don't have enough fairy beans in the future? Bulma sighed, and looked at Lando at the side again. Yesterday, Lan Fang also lost a lot. I saw that Lan Fang was standing all the time, unable to sit down at all. She couldn't even sit on the soft leather sofa in front of her. As long as she sat on it, her lower body would feel a burning pain. Son Jun is really. Bulma was very helpless. Because of the first match, Son Goku wins straight away. The referee could only announce that the second match was about to begin, pitting Tien Shinhan against Yamcha. Recalling the previous contest between the two was the last Budokai. Fortunately, only the second leg of Yamcha was broken at that time. HMPH, it seems to be similar to the script that my uncle thought about. Yamcha glanced at Tien Shinhan, looking very confident. Behead Tien Shinhan first, then Son Goku, this year's Budokai champion, I will definitely win. As Yamcha and Tien Shinhan stepped onto the stage, the audience suddenly became lively. After all, the last time the two fought against each other is still vivid in my memory, and it was quite exciting on the stage of the world's #1 martial arts conference. Hey, isn't this the boy with the shrimp head from Puxin? The girl who was in charge of registering in the auditorium was also watching the game. I didn't expect him to look handsome in that Guixianliu outfit. HMPH, being handsome is a joke, let me tell you, this guy's name is Yamcha, and he hasn't won in Zhengzhou. I see this time, maybe his third leg has to be discounted by Tien Shinhan. Goku, who do you think will win? Kling asked Son Goku backstage. Tien Shinhan's aura seems to be stronger than Yamcha's. If Yamcha didn't hide any tricks, Tien Shinhan should still win. Son Goku analyzed the strength of the two with a little perception. Krillin nodded, and he also agreed with what Son Goku said. Although very unwilling, but have to admit, Tien Shinhan's talent is indeed above him and Yamcha. On the competition stage, the competition finally begins. Yamcha smiled coldly at Tien Shinhan, and then his figure changed, and he started to move quickly. Seeing this, Tien Shinhan didn't hesitate, and also disappeared on the competition stage. Quote? The audience in the audience was stunned. What kind of plane is it? It's gone. No way. 3 years ago, if the two of them didn't use their full strength, the audience could barely see some afterimages. Well now, no shadows are visible. However, there are exceptions. Bulma and others can see very clearly through the display screen in the glass room. Needless to say, this is also the ultra-high-speed capture camera developed by Bulma. She has not been idle these years, and with the addition of the evil genius Chowder, Bulma has invented and researched many useful things. Relying on the property rights of these things, the assets of the capsule company have expanded several times. Of course there will be people who are jealous, but due to Son Goku's strong strength, in the end, it's his life that matters. So even now Yamcha and Tien Shinhan both have speeds exceeding the human limit. But under the lens developed by Bulma, it will also be slowed down dozens of times. Boom, boom. In the picture, Yamcha and Tien Shinhan collided fiercely with their fists and feet. A powerful force erupted from the collision of fists, and even a layer of white ripples could not help but appear in the air. On the field, Yamcha found the right opportunity to cast the new spike wind fist, which hit Tien Shinhan's chest. And Tien Shinhan did not hesitate at all, and directly fought back, kicking Yamcha out. After landing, Yamcha stepped on the ground with his feet, exerted force on the soles of his feet, and attacked again in an instant. The fierce fight between the two caused the entire competition arena to be filled with thick smoke. HMPH, let's see my uncle's dry wolf stare. Yamcha shouted angrily, "Bod," and his figure seemed to transform into 10 evil wolves. 10 wolves stood in front of Tien Shinhan, howling towards the sky. Hey, where's Yamcha player? How did he turn into a dog? Fart, that's a wolf. Yamcha used the brand new 10 wolf fist, and his speed increased dramatically at this time. There was a lot of power in the fists, and in the blink of an eye, 10 wolves rushed towards Tien Shinhan at the same time. What a speed! Even Tien Shinhan was taken aback, did not expect Yamcha to hide such a move. At this moment, he didn't dare to be careless, he gave a light drink, and the chi in his body burst out instantly. Bang, bang, bang. On the competition stage, Tien Shinhan faced 10 wolves attacking back and forth at the same time. His speed was very fast and his strength was also very strong. Soon, 10 wolves were eliminated by Tien Shinhan and only one remained. Boom! Tien Shinhan hit the wolf Fang head-on with a fist with all his strength, making a strong explosion sound. The sound of love sounded, and the figures of the two flew upside down, and then fell heavily to the ground. Tien Shinhan, you are indeed very powerful. I never thought that 10 wolf fist could not defeat you. Yamcha gasped and stood up. Now he was sweating profusely, and there were countless scars all over his body, all of which were left by Tien Shinhan. Tien Shinhan also stood up slowly, although he was also sweating profusely, but his breathing was very steady and he was very energetic. Obviously, if the fight continues like this, Yamcha will definitely lose. Look, let me tell you, this guy Yamcha is going to stop in the quarterfinals again. Let's congratulate player Tien Shinhan. Although the audience in the audience didn't know exactly how the two fought. But who is at a disadvantage can be seen at a glance, and the champagne was opened at half-time. Yeah, Master Yamcha. Pu'er was also very worried in the glass room. Seeing this, Lan Chi comforted, it's okay, Pu'er, anyway, it's not the first time Yamcha has lost to Tien Shinhan. Pu'er, HMPH, Tien Shinhan, it seems that I have to use a unique trick. Yamcha took a deep breath and said solemnly. This is the result of my hard work over the years, let me show you now. That guy Yamcha really has a trick. Krillin thought about it. Every time in the dead of night, he would sneak into the woods with Pu'er mysteriously. Thinking back then, he should have been researching a brand new move. Come here, Yamcha. Tien Shinhan put on a stance, ready to take any attack from Yamcha. I saw that on the field. Yamcha suddenly raised one hand, and the other hand was tightly attached to the wrist, and the breath from the whole body began to flow to the palm of the hand. The golden flame light began to gather continuously, until it became an energy bomb the size of a leather ball, and then stopped. Air bomb. Accompanied by Yamcha's angry shout, the name of this skill was finally called out. Oolong stared at Pu'er at the side for a moment, and said in a strange tone as if suddenly enlightened. I said you came out of the same kindergarten, why did you learn to change gas bombs, so that's what happened. Bulma, Lan Chi and others were all surprised when they heard the words and looked at Pu'er at the same time. Pu'er covered his face and didn't say a word. On the field, Yamcha didn't know about the secret exposure, he just threw the golden energy ball in his hand. Accompanied by the sound of piercing through the air, the small energy ball shot past with lightning-like power. The corner of Tien Shinhan's mouth smiled slightly, even he can dodge the lightning now. But what he didn't expect was that the air bomb that he dodged suddenly stopped in the sky. Then I saw that the air bomb quickly changed its direction and attacked Tien Shinhan again. Tien Shinhan's complexion changed slightly, and he realized that he kept dodging on the field. But that air bullet that contained enormous power was chasing after him, and he couldn't escape it no matter what. Yamcha, you fool, you're really good at it. Tien Shinhan couldn't help but praised Yamcha, and then he said seriously. However, this alone cannot defeat me. Tien Shinhan shouted loudly, the breath in his body rose again. Then he disappeared into the arena, and when he reappeared, the entire arena was full of afterimages of Tien Shinhan. Yamcha closely strafed these afterimages that appeared in front of him. For a while, I couldn't tell which one was Tien Shinhan's real body. I'm here, Yamcha. Tien Shinhan's voice appeared behind Yamcha. Immediately followed by a wave of light, Yamcha was directly sent flying. The out-of-control gas bomb also exploded in the sky like fireworks. Yamcha is eliminated, and the winner of this match is Tien Shinhan. Following the referee's announcement of the result, Yamcha got up in pain. Tien Shinhan's attack was really ruthless just now. Are you okay? Tien Shinhan walked to the edge of the competition ring and asked Yamcha. Yamcha smiled confidently, puffed up his chest. HMPH, what can I do, Master Yamcha? But I didn't expect to lose to you again this time. To be honest, I kind of want to play baseball. With the departure of the two, the referee announced the start of the next game. Everyone in the audience, the next round will be the third competition, and there will be applicants and jailed contestants on stage. The audience applauded again, but it was much smaller than the previous round. There was no way, after all, it was the first time for both contestant Shen and contestant Nien to participate in the world's number 1 martial arts tournament. This guy. Son Goku and Piccolo sensed the aura emanating from contestant Shen at the same time. That smell, unmistakable, it was a god. Hearing Son Goku's words, Krillin, Yamcha and others showed shock on their faces. What? The gods are here to compete. Wouldn't he win this match? Son Goku shook his head, his eyes were fixed on the mysterious Nien contestant on the stage. This guy defeated Dumpling very easily in the preliminary round. What's more, for some reason, Son Goku always felt that the aura of this person was a little familiar. But for a while, I couldn't remember who it was. Soon, the competition between Tianshan and contestant Nien began. This time, the Piccolo Demon King is also rarely interested, he wants to see how strong this god is. Game start. Tianshan attacked first, and immediately moved behind Nien player. A series of attacks came from behind, but they were all resolved by Nien player without looking back. This is. Just at the beginning of the confrontation, the battle shown by the two shocked everyone. The strength of the God of Heaven is not bad, the main body is not too strong, this will be attached to a weak body, and he will not be able to exert his due strength at all. But even so, it shouldn't be so easily resisted by player Nien. And that look of easily dodging without looking back, these people have only seen it from one person during the qualifiers. Son Goku. Well, this trick is indeed like calm water. Son Goku said directly, this is what he learned in the Temple of Heaven before. Quieter than the sky, faster than lightning. Isn't that guy too powerful? Goku, don't you really know him? Krillin looked at the competition stage. No matter which angle the gods attacked from, they were easily dodged by contestant Nien. It seems very easy to do. Son Goku shook his head, he couldn't remember where he had seen this person before. Could it be the martial Taoist who also went to the Temple of Heaven to train before? But didn't Mr. Popo say that he was the first one? Seeing Son Goku's silence, Krillin didn't ask any more questions, and he turned his gaze back to the competition ring. At this moment, contestant Nien finally chose to fight back. I saw that contestant Nien no longer avoided the attack, but suddenly punched, and the glasses of the middle-aged man possessed by the gods were blown away with one punch. Tianshan's original calm face instantly became a little ugly. He originally came here to solve the mistakes he made back then. If he hadn't insisted on becoming a god and separated the evil in his heart, there would be no Piccolo Daimao in this world. This is his dereliction of duty. He originally had the determination to die together, and he was even prepared for Mofangbo in case of an accident. Unfortunately, judging by the current situation, he might not even have the chance to fight against Piccolo. How come since the appearance of Son Goku, there have been so many powerful martial arts masters in the world? Just as thoughts were flying in the mind of the god, Nien's attack came again. No bells and whistles, just punches and kicks. Under the attack of Nien, Tianshan had no ability to fight back at all, and was soon beaten until his nose was bruised and his face was swollen. The audience below the stage who didn't know the truth all boiled up. They only saw this old man who looked old and thin was being beaten continuously. Young people nowadays really don't talk about martial arts at all. How can they hit the master so hard? That's right, look at it for our contestant Shen, there is no good skin on his face. But then again, this player Shen is so weak, how did he pass the preliminaries? Is there a possibility that Tien is too strong? Impossible, absolutely impossible. That is, no matter how strong the players are, can they be as strong as Tien, Shinhan and Yamcha? I think they are both pretty average. All kinds of speeches came out in the audience, and they began to point out the country. Compared to the previous game where Yamcha and Tien Shinhan looked evenly matched, this match was a bit of a one-sided carnage. Of course, more importantly, they, the audience, can clearly see the movements of the players on the field. Is this beaver? So both must be weak. And only those who understand know that Tien is too strong. At least twice as strong as the gods, forcibly turning the gods into playthings in their hands. Stop, stop. On the competition stage, Yinshin hurriedly yelled at the cold players and continued to attack. Although he can resist a few more times, but this physical body can't hold it. Besides, what's the point of being beaten? The god raised his hand in surrender to the referee. Contestant Shen chose to surrender, and contestant Tien won. The referee announced quickly. Tenjin returned to the rest area with his aching body, and Son Goku walked over. Looks like you recognized me, Son Goku. The god squeezed out a smile, but his face was blue and red, and he looked extremely embarrassed. Son Goku didn't expect Tianshan to be beaten so badly, he said a little funny. Why does that guy seem to have a grudge against you? The face of the god was full of helplessness. I don't know. The two communicated again, and it turned out that the god came this time for the second generation Piccolo. 1 year after Son Goku left, he found that Piccolo's strength has become stronger again. He actually resurrected Piccolo Daimao by summoning Shenron, and then absorbed Piccolo. Assimilated Piccolo Daimao to be precise. If it wasn't for this reason, Tenjin believed that with Son Goku's strength, he would definitely be able to crush him. Son Goku also remembered that he put a 4-star at home before. As a result, Bulma took it out while he was practicing, and made a wish to Shenron to make his buttocks more warped and used it up. Otherwise, Piccolo would not have had a chance to collect all the Dragon Balls, but can you blame her? It is really helpful to make the buttocks a little more warped. But what surprised Son Goku even more is another thing. This Piccolo actually knows that assimilation can enhance his combat effectiveness. He secretly guessed that under the painful stimulation of drinking super magic water, Piccolo remembered something about his life experience. Otherwise, it is impossible for him to know about the operation that the Namekians can assimilate. Please, Son Goku, the current Piccolo is stronger than you and I imagined, you must kill him. But if I kill him, you will die the same way. If I die, the next god will let you do it. I'm not interested in that. Son Goku shook his head, then turned and walked away. But don't worry, I will completely defeat him. Besides, the current Piccolo should not have done a single bad thing, so I won't kill him. You're so naive, Goku. Facing the words of the god, Son Goku did not answer. Although Piccolo of this era far exceeds the strength in the original manga. But the only thing that remains the same is that until now, he has never killed a single human being. Piccolo came to the Budo tournament only to defeat himself. Well, the stronger Piccolo is, the better it will be for my children in the future. Son Goku smiled, looking forward to the final with Piccolo. When Son Goku walked out, the match between Krillin and Piccolo began. Why did I win the Piccolo Devil King in the first round? What a pity. Krillin complained, while cautiously posing. He had died once at Piccolo's hands 3 years ago. Although 3 years later, my own strength is already far superior to what I didn't know before, but I have also become a stronger Piccolo. Piccolo seemed to disdain Kling in front of him. He folded his arms around his chest and floated into the air, looking at Krillin below and said coldly. Little Baldy, make a move, or you won't even have a chance to make a move. How dare you look down on me? Krillin gritted his teeth and raised the chi in his body to the maximum. Then, he rushed out like lightning in an instant. This kid Krillin has also become a lot stronger. Master Roshi observes Krillin's movements in the glass room through the slow-motion lens dozens of times. There is almost no trace of excess, very smooth. Bulma and others also watched the game intently, and they also knew that Piccolo was about the second generation of demons. Boom. Above the sky, the two have fought for more than a dozen rounds. Facing Krillin's full attack, Piccolo responded calmly. And slowly as Piccolo's attack rhythm became faster and faster, Krillin actually found that he couldn't keep up with his speed at all. Is Piccolo so strong? Yamcha took a fancy to the two people above the sky, and it seemed that it was only a matter of time before Krillin lost. He originally wanted to win the championship in this competition. Let's see who dares to say that he is the top 8 Yamcha in the future. But in these few games, it seems that winning is impossible, and there is no chance of winning in this life. It seems that we should find a professional baseball team to play games soon. On the competition stage, Piccolo seemed to have lost the patience to fight Krillin, and shouted angrily. He directly grabbed Krillin's fists, and then ruthlessly threw Krillin out of the field. Krillin was completely unable to stop the falling figure in the air, and he was about to be out. At the critical moment, Krillin took a long breath, and suddenly his whole body stayed in midair. Flying technique. Son Goku looked at Tien Shinhan who was on the side, and Tien Shinhan didn't hide it either. It was he who taught Krillin and Yamcha the flying technique. Seeing that Krillin managed to stabilize his figure with great difficulty, at this moment he turned his back to Piccolo, with a dignified expression, as if he was planning something. Piccolo doesn't care at all. The difference in strength between the two is too great. No matter what Krillin does, it won't change. At the moment when Piccolo was careless, Krillin turned around, and a circular air mass appeared in his hand. Take it. Chi Yuan slash. Shua. Chi Yuan Zan rushed directly towards Piccolo. Piccolo didn't take it seriously at first, still muttering in his heart. This kind of trick, with such a weak spirit, even if I stand here and let you hit me, it won't hurt me. 0. But when Chi Yuan Zan was approaching, Piccolo suddenly sensed a hint of danger. The subconscious told me that if I didn't dodge this attack, I would really die. Piccolo dodged at the last moment, but was cut off by Chi Yuan Zan's entire arm. The bloody scene made the audience close their eyes and dare not look at it. Also, why is that guy's blood green? Someone finally remembered and shouted, this guy named Piccolo is Piccolo Daimao. What, isn't Piccolo Daimao dead? Yeah, I remember Son Goku just shot and killed Piccolo Daimao. Could it be another demon? The crowd screamed and bustled, making a mess. Seeing the scene in front of him, the referee raised the microphone and stood up. Everyone, don't panic. Son Goku also participated in this tournament, and there is a safety shield above the auditorium, please rest assured. Finally, if the Piccolo player is really Piccolo Daimao, where can everyone go? Facing the question from the referee's soul, these people figured it out. If angry. If the mask is really safe, then there is no need to run. If the mask is not safe, you will die wherever you run. Anyway, they are all dead, why not just watch the game? Besides, the great Piccolo Demon King is missing an arm, maybe he can't even defeat Krillin. Seeing that the chaotic crowd finally calmed down again, the referee breathed a sigh of relief. Hey, this year's audience and contestants are really more difficult to lead than each other. On the field, Krillin saw that Piccolo had an arm cut off by his own Chi Yuan because of his carelessness. If Piccolo had only one arm, he might not have no chance. But soon, only despair remained on Krillin's face. Piccolo in the sky looked at his broken arm, and shouted angrily, and a new one grew out. Is this guy a lizard? Seeing the astonishing scene in front of them, everyone felt incredible. The great Piccolo Demon King smiled coldly, and disappeared into the sky in a flash. At this time, before Krillin could recover from the shock, he was kicked away by Piccolo who suddenly appeared beside him. Krillin flew directly out of the arena and hit a wall before stopping. Winner, Piccolo player. Krillin stood up from the ruins clutching his injured arm, looking very depressed. Just now, Piccolo just kicked his entire arm off. This gap is too big. Son Goku saw the injured Krillin, and took out a fairy bean and prepared to swallow it for him. Krillin shook his head and refused, I also got this fairy bean after I climbed Korin Tower. After saying that, Krillin took out a bean that was exactly the same as Son Goku's hand from his arms and ate it. Sure enough, the broken arm instantly returned to its original shape. It's just that Krillin's face is still a little dejected. I didn't expect to practice desperately for 3 years. As a result, the gap seems not only not to shrink, but to become even larger. Son Goku saw Krillin's frustration and comforted him. Krillin, your Chi Yuan slash just now was very powerful. If Piccolo hadn't dodged at the last moment, you might have killed him. Krillin sighed, an attack that can't hit is meaningless no matter how strong it is. No, Krillin, if you can come up with a trick like Chi Yuan slash, you are already very powerful. To be honest, you should also know that Piccolo is much stronger than you, but still can't resist Chi Yuan slash, this move is really amazing. Son Goku did not exaggerate, this move of Chi Yuan slash can be called a bug-like magical skill before the enemy has mastered the recovery ability. Hearing Son Goku's sincere praise doesn't seem like a perfunctory look. Krillin slowly raised his head, he looked at Son Goku in front of him and said happily. Really, Goku, do you really think so? Son Goku nodded, and said affirmatively, yes, Krillin, you are already very talented among the people on Earth. Huh, Earthlings, what do you mean, Goku? Although Krillin was very happy to hear Son Goku's praise, he still didn't understand. Isn't Goku a human from Earth? Krillin saw that Son Goku didn't continue talking, so he turned his head to look at Piccolo. Speaking of which, that guy doesn't look like a human. By the way, there is also Tien Shinhan who has 3 eyes. So he should also be considered an Earthling. In this way, only Yamcha is the only pure Earth martial artist left. When Krillin thought about it, he felt overwhelmed. At least he feels that he is stronger than Yamcha now. Yamcha looked at Krillin who was staring at him with a strange expression, he was a little puzzled. What's the matter, Clint, do you want to play baseball too? Now the first game of the semifinals officially begins. Son Goku vs. Tien Shinhan, let's invite both of them to the stage. As soon as the referee's voice fell, there were enthusiastic cheers in the auditorium. Almost without exception, all for Son Goku. Among them were some young and beautiful girls. The moment they saw Son Goku walking slowly onto the competition stage, many people were so excited that they fainted. Bulma in the glass room saw the scene in front of him, and murmured. Is it such an exaggeration? Seeing such a situation, Oolong already had some plans in his heart. Since Goku is so popular, can we try to become Son Goku in the future? Maybe it will win the hearts of many girls by then. Oolong, you guys are thinking about something dishonest again, aren't you? Violet at the side could tell what Oolong was thinking at a glance. I'm not, don't talk nonsense. Oolong hastily denied it 3 times. Mela glanced at Oolong, and then a deep red light flashed in her eyes. She wiped her lips and smiled. That's right, Oolong, you're planning to change into Goku's appearance and cheat on girls, right? You. Seeing that Mayra can see through her own thoughts, the demons, this is too outrageous. Bulma will not be used to Oolongs, so he went up to teach him a lesson, threatening. If you dare to go out and ruin Sun Jun's reputation, I will turn you into a roast pig. Even Master Roshi on the side couldn't stand it anymore, he punched Oolong's head fiercely. Why do you always think of messy things? Can't you be a positive person like me? Then Master Roshi took advantage of other people not paying attention, quickly whispered to Oolong. Good Oolong, can you also teach me your transformation technique? Bulma saw the 2 people's stubbornness, without any hesitation, he used his trump card directly. Lanchi transforms into blonde Lanchi under the attack of Bulma Feather. I saw the blonde Lanchi took out a Gatling, crazily shooting at Master Roshi and Oolong in front of him. Oolong and Master Roshi knelt down and begged for mercy with injuries all over their bodies, so they barely got forgiven. It's all your fault, Oolong, you've caused me to be implicated by you, the majestic martial arts god. HMPH, old man, you have the nerve to say so. On the other side, Son Goku and Tien Shinhan are ready on the stage. The game is about to start. Come on, Goku. I love you Goku. You have to work hard. Son Goku is mine. Feeling almost one-sided support from the audience, Tien Shinhan was a little embarrassed. Of course, occasionally there are a few alternatives shouting in the crowd. I love Tien Shinhan, I love Tien Shinhan. But these people are either big guys who pick their feet, or rich women in their 50s who wear jewels and hold steel balls in their hands. The match between Son Goku and Tien Shinhan caught all eyes. Piccolo even flew to a high place with a wide view. He has to take a good look at the strength of this Son Goku who can be his opponent. Goku, you idiot. Tien Shinhan put on a posture and looked at Son Goku in front of him. Now he is most aware of the terrifying strength of Son Goku in front of him. Obviously Son Goku is right in front of my eyes, but his aura doesn't seem to exist. It seems that you, Son Goku, have completely mastered the state of mind like still water. That's really amazing. The god stood aside, and at this time, the wound on his body had already recovered through divine power. Hey, Yamcha, can you feel Son Goku's chi? Krillin said to Yamcha beside him. Yamcha shook his head slowly, rare without Puxin. He looked at Goku in front of him. The current Son Goku has no flaws at all. Tien Shinhan, what should you do with Son Goku like this? Contestant Tien also came out, looking at Son Goku's calm breath. There was a slight smile on the corner of her mouth, and her eyes were full of anticipation for the next game. The referee announced the start of the game. The two still stood in place, and neither side launched an attack. Looking at Son Goku in front of him, Tien Shinhan suddenly smiled, and said excitedly, Goku, I have finally waited for this moment. Let you see the results of my hard work in the past 3 years. Son Goku also responded with a smile, and of course he could feel the powerful chi gathered in Tien Shinhan's body at this time. Ha! Tien Shinhan shouted loudly, the breath in his body reached the highest level. At this time, his combat power is obviously at least twice as high as when he was fighting against Yamcha. This guy actually hides such a strong power. Who do you look down on? Yamcha's face was ugly. But Tien Shinhan is really powerful, with such a strong aura. On the contrary, Goku seems to have no aura at all. Krillin commented from the side. On the tournament stage, Tien Shinhan launched an attack. His body moved as fast as the wind, and he was in front of Son Goku in the blink of an eye. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Facing Tien Shinhan's fierce attack, Son Goku's expression remained calm. I saw Son Goku standing there without moving. Although the attack frequency of Tien Shinhan in front of him is so fast that it seems like he has grown 8 arms. But they were all easily dodged by Son Goku. Tien Shinhan's attack speed is still getting faster. It feels like he has 16 arms in a blink of an eye. That is of course not a skill, but simply caused by Tien Shinhan's attack frequency too fast. But Son Goku is like a breath of fresh air. No matter how Tien Shinhan attacks, his body is not in the slightest mess. For a while, Tien Shinhan couldn't even touch Son Goku's clothes. Okay, so fast attack, even in the tens of times super high-speed slow motion screen, Tien Shinhan's attack is still very fast, but this kid Goku didn't even move his foot. What is he? How did you cultivate? Master Roshi's face was full of disbelief. He has heard of the state of mind like still water, but he has never seen anyone who can do it. It's outrageous to be so calm to such a terrifying state. Bulma was very happy when he heard Master Roshi praise Goku. It's just that when Master Roshi wondered how Goku cultivated, his face turned red again. It can only be said that every night in the dead of night, Goku practiced very hard. Piccolo, who was standing in the distance, saw Son Goku's performance, and his face was a bit ugly. This guy is really powerful. Although Piccolo can also see Tien Shinhan's movements clearly. But he knows that he can't dodge all attacks at will like Son Goku. He looked at Son Goku with fear in his eyes. Is this the true heart like still water? Contestant Tien muttered to himself. She looked at Son Goku attentively and meticulously, feeling all the changes in his aura. Tien Shinhan, it seems that you have made great progress over the years. Son Goku praised. At least now his strength has far surpassed the original Tien Shinhan too much. So in return, I will show some strength to fight with you next. As soon as Son Goku finished speaking, Tien Shinhan only heard a whoosh. 0. The entire figure of Son Goku disappeared. Tien Shinhan lost his target and stopped the attack. He didn't dare to be careless. The 3 eyes began to fully perceive Son Goku's breath. Ha! Tien Shinhan turned back quickly. Sure enough, Son Goku was standing behind him. HMPH. Goku, it looks like I can keep up with your speed. A confident smile appeared on the corner of Tien Shinhan's mouth. Seeing this, Son Goku smiled and said, "Is that true?" Tien Shinhan. Saying that, Son Goku held up a hand where there was a waistband. Huh, why does this belt look so familiar? Tien Shinhan looked, and couldn't think of it for a moment. It was just that a gust of wind blew by suddenly, and he felt his lower body was chilly. Tien Shinhan looked down and saw that his belt had disappeared at some point, and his trousers fell to the ground. Ha 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 ha. Everyone in the auditorium also noticed. It turned out that the belt in Son Goku's hand belonged to Tien Shinhan. The ultra-high-definition picture in the glass room is even more clear. Everyone blushed a little and covered their eyes. Only the blonde Lan Chi said with a look of disdain. "It seems that Goku's is more satisfying to my mother." Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. At this time, Tien Shinhan also blushed, and quickly pulled up his pants. Seeing this, Son Goku also returned the belt to Tien Shinhan. "Goku, your speed is so fast, it seems that I won't be able to fight you without a special move," Tien Shinhan said with a solemn face while fastening his trouser belt. "Oh, Tien Shinhan, have you developed new tricks in the past 3 years?" Son Goku continued in surprise. "It can't be the new Qigong cannon. Just like in the original manga, although these guys are not very powerful in combat, they are indeed very creative. Many moves were first developed by them, and then Goku took them to improve and use them." Tien Shinhan shook his head. "Although the Qigong cannon is powerful, you can easily dodge it with your current speed. I won't be so stupid. What I want to show now is another trick." After Tien Shinhan finished speaking, his expression suddenly became serious, his whole body's muscles were tense, and the blue veins were also exposed on the body surface. Immediately afterwards, he bowed down, clenched his fists tightly, and exuded a powerful breath from all over his body. This move seems a little familiar. Son Goku looked at Tien Shinhan's movements in front of him and remembered. Could it be? Sure enough, Tien Shinhan in front of him actually separated an illusory figure. Then 2 figures transformed into another. And these phantoms are slowly condensing into entities. 4 Tien Shinhan neatly out of appeared in front of Son Goku. Sure enough, it's a 4-body punch. Son Goku nodded. Avoiding him also found out that Tien Shinhan's 4-body punch is different this time. In the past, the 4-body boxing needed to divide one's own strength into 4. But this time Tien Shinhan used the 4-body fist. Each avatar has full body power. Bang, bang, bang. On the field, 4 Tien Shinhans attacked Son Goku at the same time. They surrounded Son Goku in the middle and didn't give him a chance to take advantage of his speed. Facing Tien Shinhan's fierce fast punch attack, Son Goku was curious about how Tien Shinhan did it. But at this time, he was still able to maintain a relaxed state, blocking the attacks of the 4 Tien Shinhan very casually. Why still can't hit? Tien Shinhan saw continuous attacks, and Son Goku didn't even move. But 4 of them, none of them can hurt Son Goku to share. Does it mean that the strength gap between us is already so huge? Tien Shinhan was very unwilling. Just when Tien Shinhan doubted himself, Son Goku's breath finally changed. In just one breath, his chi rose up, overshadowing Tien Shinhan in an instant. Then everyone didn't see clearly, only heard a bang. The 4 Tien Shinhans flew out of the competition ring in 4 directions at the same time. The 3 Tien Shinhan outside the field disappeared, leaving only the real body. What's going on? Not to mention the auditorium, even Bulma and others did not see what happened clearly through the slow-motion pictures. Chi-Chi covered her face and said happily, "My husband is really strong." Violet on the side joked, "Didn't you know about this last night?" Tien Shinhan outside the field struggled to get up. At this time, his body seemed to be hit by a meteorite, and there was an unstoppable severe pain in his chest. His face was red, and he finally stood up. His heart was shocked. How? Maybe, I can't even resist Goku's move. The second generation of the devil in the distance also had a gloomy face. He looked at the unfathomable Son Goku on the stage and murmured. This guy's aura has become lower than that of ordinary people again. At some point, Piccolo's fist was already clenched. He actually began to have a little doubt whether he was Son Goku's opponent. My demon race is the real #1 in the world. Piccolo stabbed fiercely into the palm of his hand with his long and pointed nails. Seeing the green blood flowing out, Piccolo's face slowly regained his composure. As for both Yamcha and Krillin still staying at the same place, they haven't realized what happened just now in their minds. Goku, what the hell did this guy do? On the contrary, the contestant Tien on the side smiled confidently. She is looking forward to playing against Son Goku. How is it? Are you okay, player Tien Shinhan? The referee saw that Tien Shinhan's expression was not right, so he walked to the side of the ring and asked. Tien Shinhan shook his head and squeezed out a few words with difficulty. I'm fine. Seeing Tien Shinhan is at least conscious. Only then did the referee announce that Son Goku has won the round. I didn't know until Tien Shinhan and Son Goku returned to the rest area together. At that moment, Tien Shinhan actually broke 8 of his ribs out of 10. Sorry, Tien Shinhan. Son Goku was a little sorry, but he didn't expect that he shot a little harder just now. Tien Shinhan shook his head, took the fairy beans from Dumpling's hand. He recovered quickly, looked at Son Goku in front of him and said. Goku, to be honest, you haven't even brought out half of your power yet. Facing the serious Tien Shinhan, Son Goku didn't hide anything, he nodded. Tien Shinhan smiled wryly, and said in a low voice, you are as powerful as a monster. However, Goku, I will not give up the path of being a martial artist. The next time we meet again, I will definitely not become more convincing. Son Goku is also very happy that Tien Shinhan has such awareness. He is very different from Yamcha, he has been working hard on the road of martial arts. So Son Goku is also looking forward to Tien Shinhan's performance in the future. After a few people chatted, Krillin and Tien Shinhan were also full of yearning for the Temple of Heaven. The god looked a little embarrassed on the side, and said silently in his heart. Actually, you may not believe it, Goku is so strong, it doesn't seem to have much to do with what I taught. Soon, the next round of competition is about to start. Piccolo player versus Tien player. Son Goku walked backstage slowly. From there, you can clearly see what happened on the tournament stage for a while. He is not only interested in Piccolo, but also very curious about this mysterious player named Tien. The second match of the semifinals has officially begun. Following the referee's announcement, the two people on the stage also got ready. Piccolo slowly opened his closed eyes, looked coldly at the contestant Tien in front of him. HMPH, I know you have hidden a lot of strength, if you don't reveal all of it, you won't be my opponent. Although Piccolo's tone was very light, his confidence could still be heard. In this martial arts tournament, except for Son Goku, he doesn't pay attention to anyone else. Contestant Tien didn't speak, just kept paying attention to Piccolo, the great demon king in front of him. The heart is like the realm of still water unfolding. Oh, it seems that you don't intend to attack first. Then let me knock you out. After Piccolo finished speaking, he rushed forward fiercely. In just a moment, he came to contestant Tien. Piccolo punched contestant Tien in the face. That is much faster than lightning speed. Boom. This punch was directly caught by player Tien. Oh, there was interest in Piccolo's eyes. Soon, contestant Tien turned around and threw out the same punch. Piccolo blocked with both arms, he didn't expect that he was shot upside down and sent out of the hospital. This scene stunned everyone. What's the situation, Goku? This player named Tien is actually so strong. Krillin's mouth grew wide, and his face was full of disbelief. After all, he fought against Piccolo, the great demon king. He naturally has a deep understanding of Piccolo's power. Not to mention hitting him flying, but taking Piccolo's move head-on, he was struggling. Son Goku frowned slightly, and didn't answer Krillin's words. All his eyes stayed on Tien contestant. This guy's actions seemed to have been seen somewhere. Piccolo hovered in midair, sizing up the contestant Tien in front of him. There was a trace of disdain at the corner of his mouth, as if he wasn't the one who was blown away just now. Is that all your strength is? HMPH, don't you know if you continue to try? Contestant Tien finally spoke. Piccolo twisted his neck and made a creaking sound. This time, he decided to get serious. Contestant Tien also took a deep breath, not daring to be careless in the slightest. Die! Piccolo roared angrily and began to gather energy. Aha! Soon, with the venue as the center, a huge storm was set off. Okay. So scary. Tien Shinhan's face was covered with cold sweat, just for a moment. Piccolo's aura has far surpassed his own. Tien Shinhan involuntarily looked at Son Goku aside, and saw that his gaze was still on contestant Tien. I hope Goku is stronger than Piccolo, otherwise, I'm afraid he will really rule the whole world. The Tien contestants on the field saw the powerful aura on Piccolo. She also clenched her fists, took a deep breath and let out a long breath. Ah! The breath of player Tien also skyrocketed, and soon surpassed Tien Shinhan. It's just that the air on his body is much smaller than that of Piccolo in front of him. Hey, it seems that all your strength is nothing more than this. Piccolo said coldly. Fighting is not just based on the strength of breath. Player Tien didn't change his face. Oh, Piccolo's figure moved again. His speed is extremely fast. Even the people in the auditorium seemed to be able to hear only the sound of a sonic boom. Piccolo just punched contestant Tien in the stomach. This time, contestant Tien did not resist. But he also didn't hesitate and responded quickly. I saw contestant Tien grasping Piccolo's arm in front of him with both hands, and then spinning violently. Just throw Piccolo out. Before Piccolo recovered in midair, player Tien had already appeared behind Piccolo. She clasped her hands together and thumped the Piccolo under her body. Swish! Piccolo disappeared in front of contestant Tien, causing her attack to miss directly. Where did Piccolo go? Krillin, Yamcha and others couldn't see Piccolo's movements at all. On top, Son Goku said flatly. A few people looked at Son Goku's words. Sure enough, Piccolo was floating above the head of contestant Tien, and a white light wave gathered in his hand. Drink. Light waves shot out from his hands, heading towards Ling's player's style of play. Player Tien, who had no time to dodge, blocked with both hands in front of him, abruptly resisting the light waves. But he was still beaten to the competition arena by this strong stamina. Contestant Tien stood firmly on the competition stage, looking up at Piccolo above. Piccolo showed his fangs and flew down from the sky lightly with a look of disdain. The two stood on the stage again, as if nothing had happened just now. There was silence in the auditorium. No one would have thought that Nianshuan, who appeared out of nowhere, could fight Piccolo to this extent. After seeing the performance of the two of them, the god silently said to himself. How do the moves and movements of this Tien player look like Goku? He looked at Son Goku in the distance. Son Goku was also very puzzled. With the display of player Tien's strength, Son Goku only felt that her moves became more and more familiar. On the competition stage, the figure of contestant Tien flashed again and disappeared. HMPH, silly trick. Piccolo remained calm, with some disdain in his eyes, then he clenched his fists and struck out fiercely. It's here, swish. It is a shadow. Piccolo was not surprised, he had expected it. Direct backhand to the direction behind as an air bomb. Boom. The gas bomb hit the competition platform. The hard competition platform cracked slightly, but there was still no figure of contestant Tien. Not here. Piccolo was a bit puzzled. There was obviously a breath of linger there just now. I haven't had time to figure out what's going on. Contestant Tien has appeared right above Piccolo out of thin air. I saw contestant Tien constantly spinning his body in midair when he climbed over Piccolo's head. There was also a white light in her hand. Drink. A Qigong bullet hit Piccolo's head impartially. Afterwards, with the help of the stamina of Qigong bombs, contestant Tien landed on the competition stage smoothly. Hit. Krillin was very pleasantly surprised, although he didn't know the identity of the contestant. But as long as you beat Piccolo, then we will be half-brothers. Could it be that this Tien player is stronger than Piccolo the Great Demon King? Tien Shinhan asked sternly. Son Goku shook his head and said flatly, it's not that simple. On the field, the smoke and dust dispersed, and Piccolo wiped away the traces of blood on his face caused by the damage caused by the Qigong bomb. This is the first time he has been hurt since he was born. After receiving the blow just now, Piccolo stood there with a blank expression on his face. Good chance. Contestant Tien will naturally not give up the opportunity of Piccolo to be in a daze. With a flash of her figure, she rushed forward again. In just an instant, she appeared in front of Piccolo. Hateful. Piccolo came to his senses quickly, and his eyes became sharper. Give me enough time. Immediately Piccolo let out a loud shout, and he raised his hands. A powerful wave of energy erupted instantly from Piccolo's body. Oops, oops, player Tien secretly thought it was bad. But at this time, she had no time to dodge, and directly bumped into it. The whole person was thrown away like a kite with a broken string. Hiss. Contestant Tien wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. It seems that the Piccolo Demon King also hides a lot of strength. Looking at Piccolo, who has a completely different momentum in front of him. Player Tien knows that he can only fight with all his strength now. No longer hesitate. Call. Contestant Tien let out a sigh of relief. Drink. Contestant Tien once again condensed a breath from his whole body. At this moment, her whole body was shrouded in white arrogance. At this moment, Son Goku felt a familiar aura. A rare look of disbelief appeared on his normally plain face. Could it be that the true identity of this thought is? On the field, Tien's strength grew again. Now it's all my strength. Tien said with a firm tone, and then his figure suddenly rose. At the same time, Piccolo's figure also moved. Da. The two fought directly from the competition stage into midair. Fight back to the martial arts arena from the air. For a while, it was impossible to see who was strong and who was weak. Although the breath of Tien players is weaker than that of Piccolo. But relying on the state of mind like still water. Not only can she avoid Piccolo's attack, she can even find a chance to fight back. You fool, don't be too complacent. Piccolo snorted coldly in midair, and his breath rose again. He directly punched the player Tien to the ground. Boom. For the first time, the tournament platform reinforced by Bulma and Chowder technology was smashed into a huge pothole. It's over. Piccolo didn't give a chance to read, gathered chi with one hand, and a wave of light descended straight from top to bottom. Tien struggled to get up. Piccolo's move just now had hurt her body. Right now, I can't even move at high speed. But Tien still did not give up, watching the Qigong bombs getting closer and closer. She suddenly closed her eyes, and then fell into an ethereal realm as a minister. She whispered to herself word by word like a whisper. No evil thoughts, focus all your body, and concentrate your strength on your fists. Contestant Tien's right fist condensed a dazzling white light, like the sun in the sky. This punch. Master Roshi suddenly stepped forward with an excited expression and posted it on the screen. He is very familiar with this move. Son Goku is also convinced. He finally understands the true identity of contestant Tien. Now she is standing on the ring. That pose seemed to overlap with the day I remembered. That day, she was the same. Without the slightest fear, he swung that punch with no regrets. But now, contestant Tien still has no hesitation. She raised her fist and swung it towards the light waves in the sky. Two huge energy ki blasts collided together. The ripples that were caused, even the protective shields arranged in the sky rippled. It looks like it's going to break anytime. How is this possible? Bulma sat in front of the screen, looking at the scene in front of him. You know, the energy of this protective shield has the energy contributed by Son Goku. No kidding, even if the earth explodes, this shield will be fine. But right now, the attacks of these two people actually cracked the shield. Could it be that the attacks of the two have already? Although seeing that the upper protective cover was quickly repaired automatically. But this blow was enough to surprise her. Thick smoke billows, and when it dissipates with the wind. The situation on the field finally became clear. In the end, who won? Son Goku looked at the arena with concern. Although Piccolo's aura didn't seem to weaken much. But the clothes on his body were already damaged a lot. It seems that the blow just now also caused some damage to him. On the competition stage, contestant Tien was already sitting limply on the ground. Her body seeped traces of blood. It seems that I lost. Contestant Tien smiled to himself, but he didn't look too disappointed. Piccolo in the sky looked coldly at the Tien below. His eyes could not hide the anger. A mere human can actually hurt him to this extent. Oh, yes, this guy Piccolo can't. The gods are always on guard. He was a little worried that Piccolo would directly kill contestant Tien to vent his anger because of impulsive anger and disregard of the rules. But, until the referee announces the result of the match, Piccolo didn't move either. Is this guy really different from Piccolo? Tenjin remembered what Son Goku said. Maybe the gods are also wrong sometimes. You look at it. Tien, what's wrong with the Tien player? On the competition stage, while the contestants restrained their breath, she began to glow brightly from top to bottom. Then her body changed. The originally rough skin became smooth and fair. The facial features on the face have changed from strange to exquisite. Just for a brief moment, contestant Tien turned into a very beautiful girl. Son Goku watched the changes of the contestants on the stage from a distance. The corners of the mouth have unconsciously raised into a smile. It really is you. Hey. Krillin saw the change in player Tien, and wondered if his chance had come. Krillin is naturally very interested in such a beautiful and powerful girl. It's just that I didn't expect that Son Goku seemed to be very familiar with this girl again. Could it be that? Sure enough, in Krillin's eyes, the girl turned around and smiled at Son Goku, as gorgeous as a summer flower. Only Son Goku is in her beautiful clear eyes. Like Goku, she raised the corners of her mouth, blinked, and said with a smile, "Goku, we haven't seen each other for a long time." The figure of Son Goku disappeared in place and appeared directly in front of her. Seeing that she is still the same as before, if you say she has changed, you can only say that she is more beautiful. Fang Fang, it's been a long time since we saw each other. It turns out that this player who has always been mysterious is Wu Fang Fang, who gained a lifespan of 1,000 years under the power of Shenron in 300 years. She came to the Budokai this time for Son Goku. Wu Fang Fang threw herself into Son Goku's arms. All of a sudden, everyone was stunned. The referee even dropped the microphone in shock. Backquote this, what's the situation? Is contestant Son coming to the beauty pageant at the Budo tournament? Contestant Tien is actually a girl, and she is such a beautiful girl, I really didn't expect it. Woo, I'm so envious of contestant Son. Woo, I'm so envious of the contestant Tien. Bulma and others in the glass room did not expect this to happen. It's just that they haven't had time to speak. Master Roshi was already hugging the screen and shouting with a mournful face. Fang Fang, my Fang Fang. You are still alive. Bulma glanced at Lan Chi and the others beside him, and everyone shook their heads. Which one is this, again? After Son Goku gave Fang Fang a fairy bean, her injuries healed instantly. The two walked backstage arm in arm very intimately. Krillin's eyes were full of envy. This Son Goku wants to catch all the beauties in the world. It is too much. Piccolo is very disdainful. It doesn't matter to him whether the player is a girl or not. Besides, what is the meaning of love? Even if he wants to have a baby, he can do it all by himself. Women will only affect the speed of cultivation. Didi Jiao. At this time, Piccolo, who was only 3 years old, expressed that he could not understand it at all. However, due to the battle between Piccolo and Wu Fang Fang, the competition platform was destroyed. Therefore, at least half an hour of repair time is required. This also allowed Son Goku and Wu Fang Fang to have time to communicate. Only then did Son Goku understand why Wu Fang Fang's breath could not be felt on the earth. You mean, you went to a universe beyond Earth? Wu Fang Fang nodded, leaned on Son Goku's shoulder affectionately and continued. I wanted to wait until Goku appeared, but then I ran into Tazy when I was traveling around the world. Why? She wants me to join the Galactic Patrol, West Universe to the end of the calendar. Oh, by the way, she also said that she wanted to write a novel based on me. So you can become that strange, including the hidden aura as in other planets in the universe. Of course, Wu Fang Fang said with a happy smile. It's hard for me to ask for leave and come back. I wanted to meet Goku in the finals and give you a surprise. I didn't expect to lose so soon. Son Goku touched the bridge of her straight nose, smiled slightly and said, It's okay, the outcome between us, it's not too late to wait until dark. Everyone in the glass room watched Son Goku and Wu Fang Fang making out, and didn't know what to say for a while. Only the blonde Lan Chi said with a sad face, If Goku goes on like this, won't he be able to reach me for a week in the future? Blonde Lan Chi's peculiar brain circuit made the scene lively again for a while. Bulma could only smile helplessly, originally thinking that Son Goku would be honest when he came back from Tenjin. As a result, in a martial arts competition, I had 2 more sisters. This is really. Several people were chatting, and the figure of Son Goku suddenly appeared in front of them. Son Sunjin. Bulma didn't understand why Son Goku came at this time. That. Son Goku looked at Bulma in front of him, then scratched his head and asked. Bulma, do you have a sister? Huh, how do you know? Bulma looked surprised. Many people don't know that she has a sister, and she has never told anyone about it. This older sister left Earth when Bulma was very young. Seeing Bulma nodded to confirm this. Son Goku put his finger on his forehead again and prepared to cast instant transmission to leave. Master Roshi beside him threw his nose and tears in front of Son Goku's thigh. Grandpa Master Roshi, what are you doing? Wu, Goku, is that girl really Fang Fang? Son Goku blinked and realized what happened to Master Roshi. He smiled and said. That's right, it's Fang Fang. Fang Fang said that she would like to see you after the martial arts tournament is over. Really, really, Master Roshi's face was very excited. Well, let's do this first. See you later. After Son Goku finished speaking, he had found Wu Fang Fang's breath, and then instant transmission left the glass room. Bulma stepped forward and asked Master Roshi about Wu Fang Fang. Regarding this matter, Master Roshi did not hide anything, and revealed everything that happened 300 years ago. However, he only found out now that the mysterious boy back then is the present Son Goku. Lan Chi accidentally sneezed just now and turned into a black-haired look. After hearing the story told by Master Roshi, I was so moved. Wu, Goku and Ms. Wu Fang Fang can meet again. It's so good. Bulma was very helpless about this. But thinking that Wu Fang Fang could wait for Son Goku for 300 years. All the grievances in her stomach disappeared. Looking at Wu Fang Fang who hugged Son Goku's arm tightly through the monitor, Bulma also felt a little distressed for this girl. In addition, what she didn't expect was that Wu Fang Fang actually knew her sister Tazy. It seemed that she might be able to contact her long-lost sister. Then again, my sister Tazy hasn't returned to Earth for more than 10 years. This guy is really outrageous. When you see her, you have to give her some color and have a look. Bulma thought about it, if he remembers correctly. Elder sister Tazy seems to be a great beauty too. Then if Sun Jun saw it, wouldn't it be? Bulma was excited and embarrassed at the thought of that scene. After all, she has only seen things like sisters in some rare discs. In the audience at this time, one wore a big purple hat on his head. The woman in the light-colored front dress couldn't help but sneezed loudly. Didn't you notice it for a while? What strange things did Jake do? She shook her head and sighed. She was still a little uneasy leaving Jake alone. But for now, it's better to watch the game first. She looked towards the competition platform below. Now the final of the 23rd Budo tournament is about to begin. Okay, let's keep everyone waiting. Now that the martial arts arena has finally been repaired, the 23rd Martial Arts Conference has ushered in the exciting final moment. Piccolo player and Son Goku player, please come on stage. The referee's passionate voice attracted everyone's attention. I didn't expect half an hour to pass so quickly. Now we can finally see how exciting the finals will be. Humph, Son Goku. Piccolo standing on a high place smiled coldly, showing his thick fangs. Afterwards, the figure appeared on the competition stage in a phantom. Fang Fang, it's my turn to play. Well, you have to work hard, Goku, you have to avenge me. Fang Fang took out her hand. Son Goku nodded and walked slowly towards the door of the lounge. Outside the door is the competition stage, and as soon as I walked out, I felt the scorching sun. Tien, Shinhan, Yamcha, and Krillin turned their heads to look at Son Goku, who had just walked out, and said excitedly, Goku, it's up to you. You must win. Come on, Goku. Son Goku smiled and continued walking forward without speaking. The shouts and cheers of tens of thousands of spectators rang in my ears, and they called out the same name in unison at the same time. Son Goku. They also hope that Son Goku can defeat the big devil, Piccolo, again. Save the world. Son Goku walked to the ring and stood opposite Piccolo. The two looked at each other from a distance, and there were already sparks in their eyes. This is the 23rd World Number 1 Martial Arts Conference. Who will be the best martial artist in the world? Let's wait and see. The referee held up the microphone and announced loudly. Game start. Piccolo took off his white cloak neatly. He threw out the cloak on his body and smashed it heavily on the ground. Boom. This white cloak weighs at least 500 catties. After taking off the shackles, Piccolo's combat power rose rapidly. If there is a detection instrument at this time, it can be found that Piccolo's combat power at this time is already tens of thousands. So he was wearing such heavy clothes and fighting me just now. Wu Fang Fang looked at the place where Piccolo's still-out cloak had left a deep hole in the audience, a little surprised. I didn't expect that the gap between myself and these people was still so big. You were really strong, Piccolo. After Son Goku sensed the strong breath from Piccolo, he raised the corner of his mouth and said, I'm really looking forward to fighting with you. Piccolo smiled charmingly, with the same eagerness in his eyes. Oh, Son Goku, you have to fight with me. If you are too weak, then I will have to destroy the world. I know you won't, Piccolo. Son Goku said flatly. HMPH, I hate your self-righteous look. After Piccolo shouted angrily, he took the lead in attacking. The instant the figure disappeared, a punch had already arrived in front of Son Goku. Son Goku blocks with two hands. Boom, powerful, even Son Goku flew upside down. But he controlled his strength, and he did a few backflips in a row to release his strength, and then stepped on the ground with his feet. Whoosh, Son Goku's figure disappeared from the ring. HMPH, come with me this trick. Piccolo raised a disdainful smile, and with the same whoosh, he disappeared completely. Where are people? Where are people? Krillin stroked his smooth bald head with a dazed expression. I can't see anything, it's impossible. Yamcha's confident eyes turned into disbelief. Only Tien Shinhan said nothing, watching with 3 eyes. Can you see Tien Shinhan? Tien Shinhan coughed, and said with a reddish face. I can't see it, even the ultra-high-speed capture screen images in Bulma's special glass room. Can't see anything at this time. Although Bulma has adjusted the picture to the maximum slow motion of hundreds of times. But this can barely see a white dotted line and a green dotted line appearing in various places on the screen. Seeing this, Bulma and others can only silently cheer for Son Goku in their hearts. Bang, boom, boom. On the competition stage, there were bursts of dull and roaring sounds of sparring. Accompanied by these fighting sounds, the incomparably strong competition platform also began to break out of thin air. The bricks are flying. Piccolo moved quickly, appeared in front of Son Goku, and attacked Son Goku with a flying kick. Son Goku dodged sideways and punched back. HMPH, here I am. The Piccolo in front of him disappeared, and then appeared under Son Goku. He kicked Son Goku away with a kick. Son Goku was kicked into the sky. Piccolo is not over yet. His figure flashed, and he appeared above Son Goku. Magic cannon. A Qigong bullet was fired directly, but unfortunately Son Goku in front of him was just an afterimage. Accompanied by the magic cannon blasting in the air on the arena, Son Goku appeared behind Piccolo. He put his hands together, clasped his fingers and smashed the Piccolo down. Snapped. Huge punch. Piccolo directly hit the competition platform. Smoke rises everywhere. Son Goku controlled his figure and slowly landed on the ground. Your breath hasn't weakened at all, hiding is useless to me. HMPH, what a joke, I want to sneak up on you, the great Piccolo Demon King. The smoke dissipated, and at this moment Piccolo was almost uninjured standing on the ring. Hee, Son Goku, you are much stronger than I expected. But, Piccolo said slowly, and then pumped his whole body, the temptation was over. He's going to do his best. Seeing that Piccolo was finally willing to show his full strength, Son Goku did not hesitate. His eyes instantly switched to a clear and ethereal state. The heart is like still water and the realm is fully open. For Son Goku, this is a perfect opportunity to prove himself. Why is Goku not aerated, but still able to deal with Piccolo? Krillin saw Son Goku on the ring, his breath still looked weak. Both Yamcha and Tien Shinhan shook their heads. Wu Fang Fang on the side stepped forward and explained. That's because Goku only raised his breath at the moment of the shot. Is this so? Wu Fang Fang's words made several people suddenly realize. As outstanding martial arts masters, they are naturally good at many things. Only concentrating chi at the moment of attack or defense can not only reduce the consumption of chi in the body, but also achieve the best effect of attack and defense. Wu Fang Fang looked at Son Goku on the competition stage after explaining. Now he seems to be truly integrated with the entire tournament ring fusion. Unexpectedly, I have not been able to fully master this state in 300 years. But Son Goku has perfectly controlled it. Goku, come on. On the competition stage, Piccolo looked at the ethereal Son Goku in front of him, with disdain on the corners of his mouth. HMPH, it's this kind of boring martial art again, this trick has no effect on me long ago. After all, Piccolo's whole body made a sonic boom, and then the whole person burst out. Son Goku looked stern, and slowly closed his eyes, sensing the flow of breath in Piccolo's body. His body is starting to respond. Shua, Shua, Shua. All of Piccolo's attacks were subtly dodged by Son Goku. You just hide around like a monkey. Piccolo finally sensed something was wrong. Fighting him in close quarters would not be of any benefit at all. This guy's body seems to respond automatically. His attack is completely out of control. Piccolo flew directly into the sky, and began to gather strength to play Qigong. He is going to bomb the tournament stage together. Let's see how Son Goku can hide. On the competition stage, Son Goku slowly opened his eyes, and flew towards the Piccolo in the sky. His speed was so fast that Piccolo had no time to gather Qigong energy. With just one punch, Piccolo spit out green saliva. Ah! Piccolo clutched his stomach, looked at Son Goku in front of him. Obviously his breath is terribly weak. But one punch almost killed him. This is too outrageous, Piccolo yelled angrily, and what he used was the same move he used against Wu Fang Fang earlier. A burst of energy from his body shot out in all directions. Because the distance is too close, Son Goku has no time to dodge. He stretched out his hands and chose to resist. But the energy continues to expand. At this time, the defense cover on the martial arts platform was also affected, making a piercing sound. Although this energy couldn't hurt Son Goku, it kept pushing him back to the ground. Below is the martial arts arena, he has no choice but to retreat. Son Goku stood on the ring without hesitation. Ha! A powerful energy surged from his body. The martial arts stage under his feet seemed to be unable to withstand his ability and exploded. I saw white energy light waves emitting from the palm of Son Goku. Under this energy light wave, Piccolo's energy shield was pushed out. Seeing Piccolo being pushed farther and farther by the light waves of Son Goku, Piccolo let out an angry roar, and his body immediately grew bigger. Originally about 3 meters tall, in the blink of an eye, he has turned into a giant tens of meters tall. Now his strength has become stronger, even Son Goku's light waves are easily crushed by him. Oh, Piccolo in this state actually has a fighting power of more than 20,000. Everyone in the auditorium held their breath and concentrated, and even forgot to breathe. Only one girl seemed very calm. This girl is the one who sneezed before, and now she wears a strange instrument in front of her eyes. A series of numbers are displayed on the Piccolo Demon King on the instrument, which is exactly 21,000. The girl looked at Son Goku on the tournament stage again, and also showed a series of numbers. 18,000. Strange, Son Goku's fighting power doesn't seem to be as high as Piccolo's. What should I do? Should I slip away first? The girl said very distressed words, but there was no trace of panic on her face. Son Goku, I didn't expect you to push me to this point, watch me trample you into meat paste. Accompanied by Piccolo's ferocious laughter, his huge figure fell from the sky. Boom, the entire martial arts arena couldn't bear his weight at all, and it fell apart. Looking at the tiny Son Goku in front of him, Piccolo raised his giant leg and kicked it out. With such a large attack range, even Son Goku couldn't dodge it. Faced with Piccolo's powerful blow, Son Goku smiled. He raised his right hand and concentrated chi on his fist, just like Wu Fang Fang's previous blow. Punch out. Beep beep. The instrument in the eyes of the girl in the auditorium showed that the numbers on Son Goku were constantly beating. 20,000, 23,000, 26,000, 30,000, 35,000. The white breath wrapped Son Goku's fist, and hit the leg kicked by Piccolo fiercely. Boom. After the violent explosion, no one expected. What fell was Piccolo's huge body. The place where I saw him fall was outside the martial arts arena, when he was about to lose. Piccolo quickly cancelled the jauntization and returned to normal size. That's how it barely fell out of the field. Hoo-ha-hoo-hoo. Piccolo panted heavily. Just now, the gigantic consumption still exerted a certain burden on his physical strength. Feeling the drop of Piccolo's breath, Son Goku felt a little disappointed and helpless. It seems that Piccolo can only train with himself to this point. It's time to end it. Feeling the change in Son Goku's eyes, it is no longer ethereal, but serious. Piccolo had a bad premonition. How can you have such a strong spirit? Ha ha ha. Son Goku ignored Piccolo and started to gather chi instead. The strong breath made the originally torn apart arena even more dilapidated. Enlightenment. How much strength does Goku have yet to show? It's really amazing. Son Goku, you have far surpassed me as a god. Look. You look at contestant Son, he seems to be on fire. The Piccolo player's face turned green from being frightened by Son. Although I don't like Piccolo very much, but don't talk nonsense, Piccolo players have green faces. Son Goku gathered his energy quickly, and without the slightest hesitation, he sprinted towards Piccolo. This time he was so fast that Piccolo couldn't react. Where is he? On the tournament stage, Piccolo tries to find Son Goku. But I can't see anything at all. Boom! Son Goku hit Piccolo with a lunging elbow to the left cheek. Piccolo couldn't bear it at all, and his whole body was beaten back directly. But Son Goku's attack is not over yet. Son Goku launched a series of attacks. Piccolo felt dazzled at this time. He couldn't see any of Son Goku's movements at all, and he couldn't even make a defensive posture. Can only continue to be passively beaten. Drink. Son Goku lowered his body, and hit the contestant's abdomen heavily with a left uppercut. The huge force directly hit the entire fist and sank in it. Piccolo couldn't hold back, and spat out a mouthful of blood. Son Goku showed no mercy, taking advantage of this gap. He squatted down, his hands were already in a classic pose. Turtle, group, gas, achievement. The scorching white light lit up the sky of the entire tournament hall. The huge energy emitted from Son Goku's hand directly engulfed the Piccolo Damo dynasty and smashed into the sky. Boom! The protective shield above the auditorium could no longer withstand it, and the whole thing exploded. The shattered energy shield fell from the sky like silver rain. At the same time, there is also the scarred body of Piccolo the Great Demon King. He fell heavily to the ground, right under the competition platform. Son Goku didn't choose to kill him, the god would die if he killed him. And there will be one less best nanny in the future. Piccolo, competitor out. The winner is Son Goku contestant. After the referee confirmed that Piccolo was still alive, he announced the end of the game. Although the audience in the auditorium hardly understood what was going on. But the dazzling light waves, the huge Piccolo body, and Son Goku who punched Piccolo back to its original form. They can still see clearly. Based on these alone, the tickets for this martial arts conference are worth buying. Congratulations, Goku, you have won the tournament again this time. That's to say, you boy, when the time comes, you'll be cute sponsoring my Uncle Yamcha's baseball team. Goku, congratulations. That's great, Goku. Sensing everyone's blessings, Son Goku also smiled slightly without any disturbance. In fact, he could have easily ended this battle long ago. But what he needs now is rare combat experience. Only by constantly fighting against the strong and accumulating experience can we lay a good foundation for the future. Son Goku walked to Piccolo slowly, took out a fairy bean and gave Piccolo to eat it. Goku, why did you give this guy the precious fairy beans? Krillin expressed his incomprehension. The recovered Piccolo was equally ungrateful. Are you afraid that the god of heaven will die after I die, aren't you? Facing Piccolo's words, Son Goku shook his head and said with a smile. I just want to invite you to my wedding in 3 days. Piccolo didn't expect Son Goku to save himself because of this kind of thing. He blushed and said angrily. What do you think of me, Piccolo the Great Demon King? Want me to attend your wedding? Next life knife. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.